self. So, you know.
Yo, what's going on, people? I just went live online. Let me just introduce myself on YouTube. Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy J Wave. We're back in the house. Just another quick live session. He's gonna be talking about a couple of things. Talking about Derrick Jaxn, his hypocrisy, and we're also gonna be talking about we started talking about trying to let me hop on. Yo, shit, I wouldn't mind like giving you the link. I don't know. Um, Monica, is it any way you could do me a big favor and like give him the link? Zarolina, please, 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 please.
I like your
'Cause
hoodie, man.
yo, good looking, bro. Appreciate it, man. You know, I try to, I'm trying to cop shit every week. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Monica. I really appreciate you, like, OD, because of I got to figure out how to do this. But like you were saying, bro, like so we made contact with this land, African people. That's what I mean, right? We made
Absolutely.
contact with this land, and I do 100% firmly believe that as well, right? Now, I guess where it doesn't connect for us continental Africans is when people say it in such a way that it seems like, "Hey, Mahogany here, Mahogany here." Me and Mahogany were talking about this too. Like I'll say like 2 weeks ago, actually. Like we was definitely
Hmm.
talking about what we're talking about right now. And
Right.
like the problem for us is like the way they make it seem, they make it sound like it's every African American, right?
Hmm.
That is an Aboriginal. And in my opinion, I don't think so. I
That's
think
not true.
this is what I'm
See,
saying.
this is one of the issues when
Hey,
in
Eric,
regards to us.
coming in. Everybody coming in. The family's here.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yo, everybody's here. Ornella, my bad, bro. I'm showing love to everybody.
I told you. I said Nella gonna
Oh,
come.
family, family, family. Yeah, I missed them. OD, man. These are my peoples. Yo, let me tell y'all something. I'm free for the next 4 weeks. Like, I'm not going to hospital or nothing. So you already hey, Lowland is here too. Shit. Yo, everybody's here, man. This is fire. Like, I'm literally free. I think we about to do it like we did it last time. The other day, the other time when I was free 4 weeks, like I was going on like almost every day till they fucking black match. But yeah, man, I'm really happy to see you guys. Like that shit just hyped me up, man. It just made me feel like, yo, my family, like I haven't seen in a mad long time. Yo, anybody that wants to hop on and talk, please be my guest. Like, let me know. Um, if I have you on Instagram, I can easily shoot you the link on Instagram. Oh, yo, I could have done that with Arlena. I could add him. Thank you, Monica. Like, yeah, that's yeah, Monica's clutch. But yeah, so guys, today we're just talking. We're just gonna talk about different stuff. But right now, we're talking about the Aboriginal American. So how I know a lot of us have heard people say that African Americans say that they are like Aboriginal people, right? So like some people might hear that and think, oh, you guys are the Native Americans, and they're like, yes, we are the Native Americans, right? Because some of them even say there's certain tribes, like things like that. We're about to address that. We're about to talk to a brother who um, is going to go deeper into that for us. If Malachi is here too, he knows about it as well. I'm gonna say this, my standpoint. My standpoint is I do know for a fact, like Africans have made contact with this land before. From the research that I've done prior to this, like in the past couple of days before we were having this conversation, I've also realized that not only just Africans, Mansa Musa came. Like they to the point where Columbus said when he came here, he saw the natives with spears that had gold. Um, yeah, the tips
You're
of the
right.
spears were gold.
Hmm.
And he asked them when he asked them where they got the gold from. He said they told him literally it was from a king from that came from Africa, a dark skinned king. So like literally, I'm not gonna lie, that was Mansa Musa because like there's other accounts of Mansa Musa getting like going there, and even the Tainos too. He saw Tainos. Not only did he see the ones in North America in terms of the Native Americans here, he also saw Tainos when he went to like Hispaniola area, Caribbean. So like there's definitely accounts of that happening. So with that being said, I won't be shocked. Africans, we had ships, we had canoe ships where like they would have the sail and they would be able to like sail themselves in the sea or whatever, but it was literally like a big ass ship, but they were still able to. It was very interesting stuff. So like we were able to navigate the seas. We were able to move around. Like in Mansa Musa in Mali Empire, when you leave, right? If you're the king, Mansa Musa, when he left on his voyage, he put someone else to become king because a lot of times people left and never came back. Either they died or they just never came back. You see what I'm saying? So like
Right.
these are things that happen. So like I can't even. Yeah. So I gotta listen to this part of things now. My bro, what happens, Arlena?
Let's get everybody in the live first before we really start getting into it.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
even better.
That's what I'm trying to figure out what happened. Well, here you trying. If you want to add me on Instagram, I can send it to you too.
He doesn't know how to get into the stream yard.
I have no clue. He just disappeared, so I'm guessing he's going into it now. But I guess while we're waiting for him, we could just talk about. Oh, he's back. Yo, Zarlina, what's good, bro? Are you trying to come on this or
Somebody's
what?
in here. Okay, they
Someone's
out. They just got out. Somebody got in. Somebody got out.
Oh, okay. Ornella, you're not gonna come here when we're talking about Derrick Jaxn and his. Oh, thank you,
It take
Monica. I really appreciate you.
it takes a minute for people to get in here officially.
Oh, yeah, because you gotta write shit. Yeah, all that extra stuff. That's true. What you said, bro? You are you gonna come in or? I guess like while we're waiting for him, we could just talk about the whole thing real quick with Derrick Jaxn being a. And I want to know what y'all think too, but like, I think he's a hypocrite, man. And I
Derrick
think for
Jaxn.
yes,
Derrick Jaxn. This is why I really want like some women in here because they. This is very important for dialogue, especially like when we have Ornella, Monica, Mahogany. There's another individual I really like
black
listening to. Uh,
Jasmine.
you know,
I know Elton John. Somebody just asked, "How familiar are you with Elton John?" I'm
ooh,
asking because it's his birthday today. Yeah, I'm definitely familiar with Elton John. Happy birthday to him, man. Happy birthday to him. Hi, Jasmine. Let's see.
okay. Alrighty then.
Doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good out here. How you doing, beautiful? He said, "Okay." Yeah, Elton John is cool. Like he. Oh, he's here. He's here. Boom. All right.
What's going on, player? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I think he's a cheater.
Zay,
What's
I
up?
never
What's up?
heard
Hey, give me 1 second. Let me turn off my fan.
told the truth of people like him. Exactly. Hey, bro, take your time, bro. Exactly. Yo, Malachi, Mahogany said, "Yo, what's good, bro? Senefu, welcome, brother. It's been a minute,
what
man."
Mahogany say?
Mahogany said, "I think he's a cheater. Who I
Of course.
he like who I never heard he didn't cheat. Oh yeah. He
Zay the
told.
historian, what's
What's
up?
up? What's good? What's good,
Oh, you
man?
was
What's
there.
up? I like your videos.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. But
What is up? I know that
so
face.
yeah, let me
Okay.
shine a little bit more light on what's going
Please.
on because it seems that what I'm saying we've been indoctrinated with a whole bunch of miseducation. You know what I'm saying. But as we go deeper into time and we look into these older books from what I'm saying the 1500s to the 1700s, we see that names were changed. We see that it was errors that they had took time to actually change these people names from like from Indian to Negro. And then when you look deeper
Right.
into the N word, you know what I'm saying, 1828 dictionary of the Negro, you understand that Negro means native. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So basically what I'm getting at is when they came here, they saw people like us. Now, when we talk about Native Americans, the people
Mm-hmm.
with the you know what I'm saying? We could say Chinese phenotypes or Mongolian or Siberian, which is
Mm-hmm.
proven that they came here. You know what I'm saying? And they said they came here 15,000 years ago. Well, the difference between us and them is that they keep finding our bones here. So when we look into the oldest bones of America, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about Lucia. Lucia is Negroid phenotype. You know, even when we go into the statues and when we look into the Mayans had dreads. You know, the Mayans had afros. You know, so if we were to stop and look at these black civilizations and we actually look into these books and what they were saying about this civilization here in America, we would find out that it was a connection with the Australians, the Americans, and the Africans. We were doing trades before any of the colonizers came. And that's the thing. They don't want you to know that they had went to America, Africa, and Australia and found black people. The same stuff that they did here in America, they did to Australia. The only difference between us and Australia is we have an 80-year gap, you know, and a lot of people we we're not truly looking at history because if we were to truly look into it, we would find out that the Thaino Indians, you know,
Okay.
that they had described them as having dreads. The descriptions, the drawing descriptions by the explorers, these people had dreads. You know what I'm saying? These are dark skinned people. Now, when we look deeper into the other descriptions, you see that their dreads would stand up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Me just recently doing my research and I'm looking at these people. I'm seeing these dark skinned men, you know what I'm saying, of Negroid phenotype. And you know what I'm saying, their hair is, you know what I'm saying, 4C, you know what I'm saying, hair type, and only our hair can do that. So even when we look into the older bones, they found bones with afros. You know what I'm saying? Peruvian bones with afros. They'll find the oldest Native American, well, other Native American bones have been found with dreads. You know, we're not looking at it, but when we truly
Pussy.
actually, you know what I'm saying, sit down and look at it, we see that even you know, like the British broadcast communication network, they even went on to say that before Mongolians arrived in America, Aboriginal people were here. You know what I'm saying? So if they're saying that Aboriginal people were here, you know, we got to look into the word Aboriginal. Aboriginal meaning, you know what I'm saying, the original person of whatever land they find them in. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I do my research and I look into Aboriginal, I also see that civil rights activist Malcolm X had said, this is, I'm going to quote what he said. He said, they call us Aboriginal, but we don't want to be called Aboriginal. Now, when we look into related names connected to Aboriginal, we also see that it is racial slurs connected to
Mm-hmm.
Aboriginal. So is that why
Right.
we didn't want to be called Aboriginal? Because they were saying that was pickaninny. You know what I'm saying? Pickaninny was a racial slur towards kids. You know,
Right.
little
And
black
black women.
melanated kids. You know, and you
Right.
see that means Aboriginal. So the thing is that with the miseducation, you know what I'm saying, that went on and the indoctrinated education that's given, when we look at the older books and we compare them to the books now, we see a change. When we look at the older faces and the descriptive faces and what they said that they saw here, we see a change. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, these Mongolian Native Americans weren't dark back then. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that when these people came here, they met with us. When we look at the hieroglyphs of the Mayans or the Aztecs, you see us fighting them. You see dread-headed people fighting Mongolian, you know what I'm saying, straight-haired people. You know what I'm saying, pale people, pink people. You know, and what we got to realize is that here we have the same phenotypes that we're seeing in ancient America. Whether we're talking about the almond eyes or we're talking about the chinky eyes, we have those same phenotypes. And a lot of us forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I look
Now,
into
Zay,
what's going on,
I,
bro?
I have a question for you
What's up? What's
because
up?
this is very important. I believe you know this information. When, in fact, statuses changed from the Aboriginal American to Negro, black, and colored. Who was
Yeah,
involved with that?
definitely.
Speak on that guy.
So
Who was the guy
when
who
we
changed?
actually when we
that
actually
static.
look into that, you see what I'm saying? All of this stuff is followed up by eugenics. It's not just one person that did this. We're talking about a group you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say foreigners. We're talking about a group of elite people that came together that, you know what I'm saying, that were able to make these classifications go on. It was another group of people that also followed behind them and make out classifications and changes to the photos of the southeastern Indians. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So by them changing the faces and taking the photos away, like even if you were to go to Smithsonian website right now and look up southeastern Indians, they wouldn't show you it. They would only show you plantations. You get what I'm saying? Because they were enslaving the people in this land. They would only show you plantations. They were shipping, like, even with my last clip that I had did, it was on the itchy people. You know what I'm saying? I was able to not only find a painting of them from, I believe, the 1500s or 7 or 1600s, but I was also able to go deeper into my research and, you know what I'm saying, go through the clip and show everybody where I got it from. You know what I'm saying? And leading back to another group of black people, and it's a black and white photo. You know, this photo is taken around probably somewhere in the I believe like late or early 1900s. You know, so when we look into this stuff, you see that it's a change. You know, even when we look into these statues, we got statues, we have mountains. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not being talked about. You know what I'm saying? We got tribes right now that's still fighting for, you know what I'm saying, their federal tribal rights. You know, like a lot of our
Absolutely.
land is taken by these resorts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our land is taken by these top notch colleges, not even top notch colleges, but these predominantly white colleges. And the deeper you go into it, you see that a lot of people are embedded. And if we were to actually go for our land, a lot of people would have to pay. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Now,
yeah, I'm gonna have to. I would have to pull up my notes and stuff to go over that. But yeah, that's actually a clip I'm gonna be coming up with as well. It's just I've been doing
I
a lot
think I
of
seen a
things.
video of your content, which you express like the actual one of the individuals that was involved with the classification changeover.
Correct.
That's why I asked you that question. If you can like name that person so the audience can do their research on it for themselves.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It's not gonna sonic
take your
me
time.
out, is
No,
it?
no rush, no rush.
Huh?
Take your time.
Okay, cool, definitely.
Uh, I'm curious as to the Aboriginals that you speak about, like, because I'm on the same page with you at this point, but like I'm curious to know, like, do you believe that they came from Africa, or do you just believe they're just
That's a
Aboriginal to
good
the
question. That's a
in the
good
Okay,
same?
so
question, Joe.
I have it now. Okay, so when we're talking
Optimum
about the
the internet
cultural,
offers just got better. Get 300 meg internet now for only $35.
My bad. That was stupid.
you
All
good,
right.
you good. All right, so when we actually talking about what happened, you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you before, it was a group of influential men. So when we're talking about cultural, ancestral identity, you know, the person that actually messed that up was Melville Herskovitz. Melville created the genocidal lie of American Negroes coming from African slaves only. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you before, the oldest bones here are us. You know, when we look at these hieroglyphs, we look at the Mayans, you know, and we look at the Aztecs, they were saying that, you know what I'm saying, these people were black people. Even when we talk to, you know, the people of
Hmm.
Mexico, they said the original people were black. But also when we talk about Walter Plecker, who was a eugenist, he took away the
Right.
American Negro Indians benefits and gave it to the whites and the Mexicans. And also you got to understand that with what happened to America,
Jay,
it
that's you
was.
doing that?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yeah.
appreciate it.
You already know, bro. Like, so that,
Boom.
yes,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
actually pulling it all up on the YouTube stream. So like, when you guys are free, you can come back and watch it all here too. Like Melvin Heskovitz, all that stuff. So like, it's not just words put out there. Like, y'all can actually.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to. I want people to see the actual things where they can do their research instead of just
Exactly.
So it's
like speaking on what people feel. You know what I mean?
Yep. Nothing but the truth, man.
Right.
Now, but like now, keep going because you were talking about the eugenicist, and then I'd like you to answer that question for me about
Can I
the.
say something real quick if you don't mind?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My, the Aboriginal, you were saying earlier, Zay, you were saying, that these people are, this is us, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But where do us come from originally? As us including, is it
Wow.
African us, meaning
The-
collect collectively, or us meaning
I got
some entirely new, different race of people who happen to be black, like the African?
Boom. And that's a great question. And and you actually answered it right there with your last sentence. You see, what we gotta understand is that after they had actually sailed from Africa and they came here, they
Hmm.
were saying that these people not only civilized Africa, but these people were Hebrews, you know what I'm saying? They were able to find pyramids, which we still have pyramids today, and we have pyramids older than the ones in Africa.
Right.
This is a lot of stuff that I want to be saving for my next upcoming clip, but yeah, man, it's a lot deeper than what we know. You know what I'm saying? And even when we look into the civil rights, the civil rights was a movement for civil rights of 1968 was a movement for the death of Martin Luther King. When you look into the name of the civil rights in 1968, you see that it falls under Indian rights, So when we look
Right.
at the
That's
time era of, what I'm saying, 1968, you understand that we didn't start getting called African Americans until the 1980s, and that was all done by a group of elite white people, and I believe it was
Jesse Jackson.
Jesse
Jesse Jackson.
Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, we had black people we had black indigenous people all throughout America, you know what I'm saying, protesting this, even with the black Cherokees, because with them doing this, you know what I'm saying, it was able for them to you know what I'm saying, the next steps was try to classify, you know what I'm saying, try to mark out anybody
Hmm.
that claimed themselves as black out of, you know what I'm saying, being indigenous,
See,
and
this is my issue when it comes to the indigenous, the aboriginal, and the native confusion. Because when I tell people about the Aboriginal American versus the native, it's also, you can see that in regards to the tribes themselves, who is native versus who is aboriginal. The
right,
most of the aboriginal tribes that you will find have
Uh-huh.
are not commercialized Native Americans. They're not Cherokee as far as the white establishment of what we see Cherokee Nation is,
correct.
which is nothing but a whitewashed um scam in
Colin.
my opinion. But
Okay.
And
the
that's
Aboriginal Americans, they have many tribes that is very ancient, and in those tribes you do find African origins as well within that,
and that's
so
and that's the
like the
thing, bro.
Ohlone people, like here's the Ohlone people, they are completely black, and the
Okay.
Ohlone people, in that regards, they have a different status as Aboriginal versus how we see the Cherokee, which is seen as a native tribe.
Correct.
Okay.
So when people say, well, in my opinion, I say
Mhm.
this is what makes the so-called Black American very complex, because yes, we are Aboriginal, yes, we are African, yes, we are Hebrew, Moors, we are
And that's
all of
the
these
thing.
things,
That's
but
the thing. They
it's
want us.
so complex in history in that regards. You
So you're
know,
saying you guys are a mixture of those things. Like some of
we are a
y'all
mixture of a lot of
are
things that
certain
has
things.
you
And
and you really, I tell anyone, they really have to do significant amount of research
exactly.
to,
And we
it's
do.
not going to be face value information,
Exactly. And you're right. Like you was talking about the Alani people, we can simply look across, you know what I'm saying, to the islands of the South Pacific, or we can even go to Australia. Now when we're talking about indigenous people, my man. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about melanated people. You know what I'm saying? You will never,
Hmm.
and this is something that civil rights activist Malcolm X said, you
Millions
will
of
never
people.
find, just hear me out, you will never find a white aboriginal. You get what I'm saying? And why is that? Because aboriginal is original man, right? You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You
Correct.
get what I'm saying? But let me get a
Right.
little bit deeper into it. Just like you were, like you said that you was able to find those same traits in the people of Africa here in America. You can find those same traits here with the descriptions that they saw of the people here in California, and then you look at the people of Australia. They were doing the same stuff. Even when we look into the people of the Bahamas, you know what I'm saying. Then we look into the people of New
Hmm.
Orleans. They practice the same stuff. And we go and we look into the hieroglyphs of the Mayans and the Aztecs, you see that they carried on the same traditions and
Hmm.
the same garments
Hmm.
as the ancient, you know what I'm saying, as the ancient people. You know what I'm saying? So if we're doing
Yeah.
the same stuff, we got to understand exactly what went down. How did we
Yeah,
forget
but
this?
again, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Where I challenge it even and dissect it even more.
Yeah.
Just like I was talking to Somali Corner, I was explaining that
They had to be African.
this also have timelines in regards to things. Because if you say, well, people came here and changed, for example, and people already been here. These are different time periods that we are speaking on. You could talk about something that is happened when we was Pangea and not even Earth,
Correct.
and why we have so much a similar connection versus something in which that happened in more contemporary historical time.
Correct.
You
And
know,
we have to
like I was
understand.
telling Somali culture, Somali corner, I was saying he thinks that the Egyptians were just Somalian people, which is
I'm
false.
not gonna hold you. It's looking like that, bro.
It, it
I
was
ain't,
it was not. No, 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 no. I'm gonna
it's
tell you
looking
why.
We
It
gotta
wasn't.
understand they was changing the
but don't
faces,
get me
y'all.
wrong. They had us too. They had
It's the
our
original. See, here's the thing, Jay. Here's the thing. I- Timelines here. Nubia is the parent of Egypt. Nubia is the parent of Egypt. They was the ones. It wouldn't be in Egypt if it wasn't for Nubia, and that's a fact. The first people in Egypt, the first pharaohs, the first people who established that were the
my,
Nubians.
my bad. Okay. Someone just wrote
Over
this.
time, over wars, many different African cultures came in, including the Somali people. They was involved as well. So I get that, but to make it be exclusively just the Somali people is ahistorical. I challenge that with anybody.
Is
I
he
challenge,
is
like
he
I try to.
saying is he saying it with the royal family because of I feel like a lot of them when they say that they usually mean the royal family of the Egyptian royal family, which also we already know certain dynasties became
Many,
Nubians.
but exactly,
Right?
but guess all of those so-called royal families were put in power, eliminated out of power. New people rose up. New cultures rose up.
Hey, so get this. So you think that white people were able to bring over 10 million black people here from
I
Africa?
can't hear you.
Of course,
I was saying, so do you think that white people were able to bring over 10 million black people here from Africa?
of course.
No, I
Okay,
don't believe that.
so
I don't
get
believe
this.
that.
So get this.
I don't believe that.
You gotta understand, man.
Let me
You
tell you.
simply gotta
Let me,
understand,
let me
man.
tell you though.
If we were truly able to look into that research, you know what I'm saying, we will understand that it's a lot of paper documents on that. But when we want to talk
Right.
about hard evidence, we're talking about boats, we're talking about ships, we're talking about the currents, we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, the ocean flow and exactly how the ocean flows. You know what I'm saying? You will understand that that's a myth. That's a myth. Even when you look at the blueprint, you have to ask yourself
That's
how
a
were these,
part of
listen to
white
this, listen to
supremacy
this. You have to listen,
narrative
you have to
to
ask yourself
to
how were
push.
they able to feed the people that were taking care of these slaves? How did the slaves get unchanged and use the bathroom? How were these slaves, you know what I'm saying, able to, you know what I'm saying, keep up with their hygiene? You know what I'm saying? When you look at
Yes,
exactly how
yes.
they said that
Hold
it
on,
was
hold on, hold on.
stacked, and then you say,
Before you
well, if they
continue, bro,
brought over
Hold on,
10
brother. Hold on,
million
bro.
slaves,
Hold on, bro.
before
they
you,
brought over,
before
hold
you
on, hold on, let me
continue,
finish
bro.
this. But if they brought over
No,
10
no,
million
bro, because
slaves,
what you're gonna
where's the
continue.
slave
We got
ship?
some
The reason
technical
why
issues. Hold on one second, man.
the reason why I'm
Oh,
stopping
true.
you is because
I hear some, yeah, I
audience,
hear something.
audience pretty much wants to be, they want to be oriented, right? So basically, the question is this. So the question is this: what are we really talking about? What arguments are they making? So, like, before you make your argument, right? Like, what, I guess concretely, what are you trying to? Because I think I kind of understand, but
Me? I
I
I'm
want.
saying I'm saying we all Africans to me, even as Aboriginal Americans. That's just my
Okay,
opinion. That's just
And
okay.
I'm
my
saying
opinion.
that's the trick that they trying to play on us. You know what I'm
Zay is
saying?
saying so Zay is saying where he's coming from the standpoint of we're not African. Okay, he's saying,
Right.
I mean, they are not African. They're Aboriginals, right? Malachi is looking at it from, yeah, we are Aboriginal, but of
But we have to
course,
say Aboriginal to America. You know what I'm saying? Aboriginal Americans.
yeah. But guess
You know
what?
what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We can't just say
Guess what?
Aboriginal
There's
because that just
Aboriginals
means that we're
in Australia, like you said.
Yeah, Aboriginal Americans. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I
correct.
made a video the other day. Aboriginal to India was black, and I got shit for it. They took me to some dude who got 1 million followers, some Indian dude, talking about trying to make me look like I'm from Hotep. Like, yeah, bro, what are you talking about? Yo, in my opinion,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it blew
Bro,
mine. It
I
and
got
blew.
my
it will
friend
blow your mind
Ashatosh.
because
Woo!
when
My
you
I
go
was
friend
into the
Ashatosh
history,
wanted to join this live, but he's in India right now. I showed him the video, and he talks about this all the time of the fact that due to anti-blackness, they want to run from that truth. It's in that Middle East, just like it's
exactly.
all over the world.
bro.
You
That's
know,
the thing, but we're not looking at the genocide that went on. We're not looking at the genocides that went on to all Aboriginal people. You know what I'm saying? The same genocide
right?
that they did when they got here and they said they killed off these tens of millions of niggas. I mean, not niggas of natives. You know what I'm saying? We go into the 1800s, we go into the 1900s, we go into 19, you know what I'm saying, up to 1970s, and we see that these same genocides went on. Now, understand this is a time that we don't have, so we don't have media. You know what I'm saying? Me growing up down south, I know everything that has happened down here. I've been told stories
Right.
about how my grandma growed up in the ghetto, and you know what I'm saying. The KKK ride through, and they playing picnic. A lot of people don't know what picnic is, but picnic was when they, you know what
Pick a
I'm saying,
nigga.
when they rode out and they picked a nigga, whether they was gonna,
Pick a
you know
nigga.
what I'm saying, mutilate his
Be careful with
genitals,
the
or they was
language
gonna rape a
because
woman.
there's always ops out here trying to end somebody's joint. Feel me?
Yeah,
Well, he was just trying to break down what picnic
No,
yeah,
no, no.
was
yeah,
originally.
and that's
You
I hear
know.
me.
you, but you already know, bro. Like some people is very like nitpicky with words and all, like
Yeah,
TikTok. You know
true.
how it goes.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah, I
keep it
know.
clean. But basically, what I'm getting at is we're not looking at the terrorist tactics that were put on the people. If we were to seriously look at the terrorist tactics and we look at exactly how they did Emmett Till and understand that Emmett Till wasn't the only little boy that got strung up for something that he didn't do, we gotta understand that these people were able to kick in your door and take your kids. You get what I'm saying? We got to understand that these people were going into, like, even when we talk about these black tribes that we had, and we talk about like, for instance, 12 years a slave, that man was never a slave. They just kidnapped him and made him a slave. They were
Hey yo,
kidnapping
Jack.
kids from black
Jack,
tribes, you know what I'm saying, under young
Yeah.
ages, and they were enslaving them. Understanding
get
they
some of the
Oh,
kidnapped
ladies
you
in here,
from
man.
your
Get some
tribe
of the ladies in here.
and you're black, you know what I'm saying? Like,
ladies,
and you try to go back and you get your member,
any
you know
ladies
what
want
I'm
to
saying?
join?
They're gonna enslave you too. You would have to go with a white man. You know what I'm saying? The white man will have to talk for you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times these black tribes didn't mess with white people. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at what went on, like I told you guys before, the people we call Native American, the Mongolian or Siberian people that came here over from Asia using the land bridge, you know what I'm saying? When we look at these hieroglyphs, we see that we were fighting with these people. You know what I'm saying? Going further
Mhm.
into history, did some of us mate with these people? Maybe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But the hieroglyphs tell a story that most don't know. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mhm.
when we take these hieroglyphs, you know what I'm saying, we take these bones, we even take the DNA. We got to understand that, just like I know I probably sounded crazy to you guys, just like I said that it was
They don't
scientists
sound
that
crazy
came
at all,
here.
man.
Yeah,
I would
and
call someone
and
sounding
like
crazy after what they did to me.
it's
Shit.
just that they're hiding so much. But just like I was saying, how scientists have said that the American Indians had civilized Africa, we gotta understand that it was a Black American here in South Carolina. Well, in South Carolina, in the Carolinas, you know what I'm saying, whose
Mhm.
DNA had predated the whole Adam gene found in Africa. You know what I'm saying? His DNA was 340,000 years old. When we talk about
So,
Albert Perry,
Zay, name the Aboriginal tribes. Do
okay,
you
so
know?
when we talking about Aboriginal tribes, you know what I'm saying, we gotta understand that a lot was changing, but we could talk about the Wampanoag. We could talk about the Thanos Indians. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the Yamasees, who they always try to say, oh, yeah, well, they're African. They're African. That was a lie. They wasn't African. These were Black people with Negroid phenotypes.
Well,
You
bro,
know what I'm
hold on,
saying?
hold on. Because we could like let's go. Let's have a back and forth. Let's have a back and forth.
Let's do it.
So boom. So you don't believe in the? Do you believe in the theory of evolution? What do you believe in? How did we come to this earth? Let me start off
Good
like that.
Thank you, Jay. That's a great question.
I
That's a
want to know
great
where
question, Jay.
where you're oriented first. Then we can move from there.
I believe that, you know what I'm saying, well, I believe that we were here since Pangea. It's actually even, you know what I'm saying, they're finding sculptures and stuff of, you know what I'm saying, the people of this land with dinosaurs, and they have scientists even
Yeah,
saying
we
that, you know
see
what I'm
that.
saying?
We already landed there. But
Correct.
the question is, what is your opinion on how we got here originally? How did that happen?
Here in America,
Yeah.
Yep.
and that's the thing. Like I said, I believe that we all originated on Pangea. You know what I'm saying? We was on all corners of, you know what I'm saying, all continents.
Mm-mm. See, that's what
Well,
me
we
and you.
can't rest on that. We can't rest on that only due to the fact we have to have a center of which mankind starts
I mean,
to
but we
in
we gotta
order for us to go
understand,
around the whole world. We can't just you know,
and that's right.
boom, everyone is
See,
everywhere.
yeah.
Correct.
Then it'd be way more white people than it is in reality.
And we gotta all right. So when you
So
say stuff like that, you gotta understand that the whole skin color thing, that's a mutation. You know what I'm saying? It was never
If you believe
it,
that, then I want to hear what you're gonna keep saying because that means we
boom. You know
understand.
what I'm saying? A lot of people don't get this. It was a mutation that was carried on. You know what I'm saying? Even when we look into, you know what I'm saying, how certain people came about and who they were, you know what I'm saying, and who the Moors were fighting, we see exactly what went on. You know what I'm saying? These people are, you know what I'm saying, as I don't even want to get too deep into it. You know what I'm saying? But the Bible
Yeah,
said it
keep
was a
going, bro.
beast
Keep
of the
going.
land. You know what I'm saying? The Bible said it was a beast of the land. We go into European history, you know what I'm saying? We see that their ancestors came from beast men. You know what I'm saying? They called them beast men. You can go to Europe and you can, you know what I'm saying? I can get a clip on this.
You talking about
You know what I'm
Neanderthal?
saying? Yeah, the Neanderthal. You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Okay,
understand that
you do believe in evolution. Okay,
or Homo sapien, you know what I'm saying? That was
who's
and,
always
and
on
we're
nomadic?
land.
Homo sapien, right?
Huh?
And we're Homo sapien, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
a
So you.
whole bunch of lies. It's a whole bunch of lies that they have inserted into our education, which makes it a little bit harder for us to understand what's going on and how they, you know what I'm saying? They try to say, oh, well, we're all the same. Da, 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 da. It's a lie. That's a lie. Because if we was the same, you know what I'm saying? We would both be able to stand outside in the sunlight. And, you know what I'm
So I
saying?
have a
You would be good.
question.
I'll be
I
good.
have a question. I have a question, Zay.
Yeah, what's good?
Are we different from the African?
Let's get
If we are Aboriginal Americans or the natives or people, are we different from the African?
And that's the thing. That's a really good question. So there's been tons and tons of different scholars that has brought this to the light. Like I had posted one where scholars were getting into
Logan?
the different skull types. But what we also have to keep in mind that these elite European families or white families, whatever you want to call it, these people like the Ruthoff family, these people were able to ship mounds of black people from other lands to Africa. We got to understand that when they said they were like, when we talk about Africa as the
I'm
motherland, you
speaking
know what I'm saying?
genetically too, by the way. I'm speaking genetically.
So genetically, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I mean, we do have stuff in common, but you know what I'm saying? When we talk about skulls and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's been so much evidence, you know what I'm saying? Just like I said with Albert Perry predating the Adam gene found in Africa. Same thing with DNA of the Eve gene. You know what I'm saying? It was a lady, I forget her name, but they had said that her DNA was what is it? When it lives forever, what is it called? Immortal. They said she had immortal
Oh, are
DNA.
you talking about the Henrietta Lacks?
Correct. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand that her DNA could also be found in the Sahara Africans as well, because we got to understand that they were shipping Americans, and that's the thing. The whole slave trade was told in reverse.
Well, those are
You
the
know what I'm saying?
stem cells, right? That
Even
they generated for the use of research. It's like you could do that with anybody actually. Like they
right.
use. Don't get me wrong. Like any let me say black person. Okay,
Yeah.
black woman. Okay, so like it's not. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that it's not. It's not just Henrietta Lacks that could have been used on. It could have been used on any other black woman, and that
Exactly.
would have been like that forever, like till this day. And it's crazy because they
Exactly.
didn't give the family the freaking credit to like what.
What
Still,
made it
Yeah, but
specific for Henrietta Lacks was the fact that of her cancer, the cancer that she had,
yes.
you know.
Oh yeah,
man, we
exactly.
got we got to
Yeah,
understand
exactly.
that the media will try to downplay this as much as they can, but until we look into these books that are actually speaking the truth, like I said, that it's a time difference in what they say. You know what I'm saying? From seeing the
Mhm.
truth and seeing what was indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that. And it's a lot of stuff they try to hide, just like how the Vatican, you know what I'm saying, had took the Bible and they had took out, you know what I'm saying, different books and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? These books talked about another land. You got to understand that the Egyptians said it. They came from the land of the West. What's the west
Jay, they
of
trying to get
Africa?
in, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Who?
What's west of Africa?
All of them. I'm sorry,
Yo,
brother. My
I'm
apologies.
trying to get
Y'all
in.
good?
We trying to get, we got
Me
some
too.
technical issues again. My bad, Zay.
Y'all
Let me
good? Y'all good? I'm getting my chicken and waffles together.
Mahogany too.
Look.
Little honey,
Zay,
93. Well,
What's
he
up,
was
bro?
born. I was born.
can you give us some, at least some final thoughts? We're gonna have to get into the next subjects, but
Very
can
well.
you give us some final tipping points,
Um,
landing?
Okay.
basically, you know what I'm saying? Really just do your research. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it took for me to have to look into the books that were wrote before the books given to us. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It took for me to look into these
Yep.
books that were
You
wrote at the
that
times that we were enslaved and that they were killing black people. You know what I'm saying? These are times that they was killing black people that knew how to read. And we got to take this serious because
Hmm.
even James Baldwin, another civil rights activist, like I told you, even Malcolm X had said that we were Aboriginal, but even James Baldwin, you know what I'm saying, another civil rights activist who had said that he had grown up to see the white face so much. You know what I'm saying? This deep. It's really, really deep. He had said that he had grown up to see the white face so much, you know what I'm saying, to that when he had watched the Cowboys and Indians, you know what I'm saying, he would always cheer for the Cowboys, but never knew that
Not
we were
realizing
really
he
the
was the
Indians.
Indian.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He said, we are the Indians. You know what I'm saying? And they tried to kill this man. They ran him out of the country. This man had to move to France. You know what I'm saying? We got to look into these stories. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, you know what I'm saying, it makes Martin Luther King's death, because Martin Luther King even said, you know what I'm saying, we was here before anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
So we
I just
got to
want
look
to
into
address that. I just want to address that, right?
yeah.
Because Malcolm X saying we are the Aboriginal people, and Martin Luther King saying we were here before them. It could literally be referring to the African race, to the African people, because we
What
are like
look into Look into who.
The
Wait,
only thing,
look
the only
into who
problem
Martin
is
Luther
with that,
King
I
mama was.
disagree. Go ahead, bro.
I was saying you
I
gotta
was
look
going.
into who they family was. You gotta look into their family ties. When you look into their family ties, you understand exactly what went on. Just like I told you, the oldest pyramids in the world can be found here in America. You know what I'm saying? But they're not trying
But
to
then
switch
that
on.
can also prove that they're African. Then, if it's in Africa and it's in America, that can prove right there that it's African,
But
Right there.
understand, this is not just found in
or vice
Africa,
versa.
though,
But
fam.
it proves a connection of a people.
All
Exactly.
right. So what about the people of India? When we, like I said, all
We came
Aboriginal
from
people are
East Africa.
connected. What about the people of India? You know what I'm saying? The dark
We're from East
skinned people.
Africa.
And that's
Yeah,
the
but
thing that
in this regard, you're speaking on the simple fact of pyramids. So I'm only sticking on that subject.
yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. That's what I'm saying.
Pyramids is in
That's the
Africa. You
connection.
see that
Africa.
it's more pyramids in Nubia than it was in Egypt, and in the Americas as well. Now the thing is that will prove that it's an African connection or a connection with a people, a certain type of people, not a different people that don't have the same culture, the same background. It shows a connection in that alone because with a pyramid comes a culture, comes something that makes people say this is what we do.
So what about
So
the
that's
Australian Aboriginals?
And
The
that doesn't take
Australian
away
Aboriginals, are
Aboriginals
they
from you
African?
either. Say that again.
I says the Australian Aboriginals African. What do you guys think?
Oh, yo, I swear to God,
I
yo,
say they African as
yes,
well, but
And
they
that's
will
you see
say
what I'm
no.
saying? We
But
gotta
guess
look.
what?
This is why we
But
gotta
guess
look
what?
into their
I hear
history.
what you're saying, Zay. I hear exactly what you're saying. But the thing is, with the Aboriginal, their DNA has changed over thousands of years
And
to the
that's what
point where
they
it's not
telling
the
you.
same as the continental African.
And that's look, that's what they telling you, man. All that
And the
shit is a
same has
lie.
changed with us, but the same has changed genetically and our DNA due to slavery, due to a lot that's going on in this
It
I got a
don't
country.
work
question.
like that, man.
I
Because
got a
even
question
Go
when
for
you
ahead,
you.
look
man.
into certain animals, you know what I'm saying, you see that evolution didn't even take effect. So when we talk about evolution, we talk about DNA change, we got to understand who exactly is changing. Who had changed from the, you know what I'm saying?
But
Who had changed
bro,
and what
listen,
was in their
peep this,
DNA? You know what I'm
peep this,
But
saying?
that's still time
peep
periods,
this,
though.
though, peep this,
It
though.
can be
You
time
I
gotta
get
periods,
what
but
you're
what
realize,
I'm
saying. I
saying
get what you're
is,
yo,
saying.
peep this, though. You cannot negate DNA change and then acknowledge skin change because skin, melanation, and all that is part of your DNA too, bro. It's the
of
script that
course,
writes every
of
single.
course.
So if we could say that mutations occur to people's DNA for their skin to change, then we also have to accept the
Say
fact that
genetics.
genetically, phenotyp, no, not even phenotypically, but just yeah, your
Genetically. Just genetically.
over time.
But
Yeah,
that's the
Right.
thing.
every
You know what I'm
bro,
saying? Not everybody
every
DNA
genetic
is the
says
same.
that your DNA changes in again with respect to your environment. So you guys
Okay.
change the
I got a
environment
question,
over
Jay.
millennium or centuries, and of course your DNA is going to change. So that's what happened. You leave Africa and you go somewhere else and you live there for hundreds of years. Of course your DNA is going to change. On top of that, there were the other people, the Asian people who were there. Y'all probably started mixing with them too. Shit, DNA is going to change, even if you didn't
we
mix. With,
we gotta understand. See, we not, and we really not looking into history. You know what I'm saying? Because when we look into history, we understand that when they came out and they were doing their little explore, you know what I'm saying, they had found black people everywhere. Even when you look into the southeastern, you know what I'm saying, Asians,
I
the
mean, it's
original
all over the
Asians was
world.
black. But the question is that if everybody was black, what happened to these people? Now, when we look into the medieval times, we understand that it was a time that they were, you know what I'm saying, killing these black people, calling them black devils. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking into true history, and therefore, us taking on their indoctrinated education, we're thinking, oh, well, we're all African. Therefore, you know what I'm saying? We're not even
bro,
paying attention to the
listen,
true
it's a
Aboriginal
whole
people of this
continent.
land that's getting their land taken. You know what I'm saying? We're not paying attention to the same genocidal, you know what I'm saying, massacres that's still going on. We're not understanding how it's over 200,000 black women that go
So,
missing
Zay, I
every
have a
year.
question for you. I have a question for you.
What's
What
up?
is the start of civilization
No,
for for mankind? Did it start in America? Did it start in Africa? Did it start in another area? Where did it start for
And that's the thing. You see what I'm
mankind.
saying? It's been everything has been stolen. You know what I'm saying? Everything has been marked over. It's hard for us to even pick and choose. But like I told you before, when I look into the
Who the
1700s
hell
or
is
the
that?
1800s, you know what I'm saying? These scientists were saying that we civilized Africa. They went on to say that the Egyptians said that they came from the west. The only thing west of Africa is America. You know what I'm saying? When we look into Pangea, we see that it was all connected. We already know that the original Australians were black people. We already know because they're still there. Now, if we
Yeah, we're the
actually take
original
time,
people. We're the original people anywhere. We get that
but,
point.
but
I'm
we got to
saying,
understand
where's the
we are
start?
different.
Where is the start? Where is the start?
Exactly. It has to
We
be a
won't
start.
be able to find the start until we, you know what I'm saying, start uncovering the lies. You know what I'm saying? We can't just jump to the brother. We can't just read
I
the
get
front of
what
a
you're
book and
saying.
jump to the back. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
even
Okay,
We
the
here's
gotta
the
do
people,
both.
thing. Here's the thing. Let me land for him. I got something for you. I
all right,
get
bro.
what you're saying, Zay. I get exactly what you're saying because due to the fact that statuses was changed over, so much lies has been taught
Books,
to the
education.
so-called exactly due to the fact there's so much lies out there. It's hard to land and stand on anything. I get you. I
I
get
hear
you.
that.
My question regarding all of that is this. In your opinion, because you have to stand on something now,
Correct.
what is your opinion in regards to the start of civilization?
Start civilization. I believe life started here. I
You
believe
believe
that,
it started in America?
exactly for the simple fact that, you know what I'm saying, them calling this the new world, everything that they had wrote about this place from, you know what I'm saying, Atlantis to, you know what I'm saying, to different things. It's just that this everything has been ran through, everything has been stolen. It takes for us to actually look into
You
it.
believe
You know
Atlantis
what I'm
was on
saying?
this
Now, when
side?
we see that these tribes,
Atlantis
when we
was by
look at these
Europe.
hieroglyphs on the walls, you know what I'm saying, written by these ancient black civilizations, and we see these same faces. If I see Megan the Stallion in a you know what I'm saying, in a statue from
Oh,
100
that's not
BC,
the same. Just like her. I know what you're talking
that's
about,
what
bro.
I'm saying, brother. And what we're not
But,
getting is that we are these same people. When we say, "Oh well, no,
but you know what it's
those are
showing?
those
It's
are
showing
Asian
Negroid
people,"
features,
we
bro.
can't say that those are Asian people due to the fact that Harvard Medical School, Harvard Medical School, have recently posted an article stating that the people that we call Native American came from Siberia and that it was another race of people here. Now they said these other race of
African.
people here
Right, I
had
seen that.
not only Australian blood, but New Guinea blood, Andaman Island
Hmm.
blood, and sub-Saharan African blood. Now, when we look into what
I don't like that term.
they're saying indigenous people,
I know. I hate that.
Aboriginal people. You know what I'm saying? But we also got to understand is that they're not going to tell us exactly who we are. So they're going to give us the runaround. They're going to give us
Ornella,
three different names. Now, if
Monica,
we were to look at these people
join
of
the
the
live.
Pacific Islands, you know what I'm saying, you're going to see that these people look just like us. You know what I'm saying? Even with my
Mhm.
daughter, her slanted eyes, people ask me all the time, is she Chinese or, you know what I'm saying, is she Mongolian? I'm like,
Bro,
no. You know what I'm
even
saying?
the,
If
bro,
we were to
let me
look at
hit
these people,
do you know the Khoisan people? Have you heard of the San people? This Khoisan people?
where are they at? Where are they located?
Africa, bro.
Oh
They
yeah,
look
yeah, of course. Of course.
Asian, bro.
But you
They look
know, you know what I
Asian.
say?
Exactly.
Just like the Moroccan Treaty that I tell people a lot, because I come from the Moorish community, and we have to literally break down the color of law. We have to break down history and herstory and oustery and things of that capacity. But if you look at the Moroccan Treaty, you would see that America is also Africa.
Cool. And you
It's
know what?
also Africa.
We gotta understand that, you know what I'm saying, we was already doing trades with the Moroccans. So us, you know what I'm saying, us having connection to the Moroccans, you know what I'm saying, I completely understand. When we look at the man, we beat the United States Army in 1839.
Uh-huh.
Brother, we've been doing this. We gotta understand exactly what went on. We just confused. We really confused. You know what I'm saying? And with the generational gaps, you know what I'm saying, not only with us
You definitely are
with
confused.
them impersonating us, or you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
the shit that's going on, single mothers, you know what I'm saying, them pushing this whole, it's
So
a lot of
what do
shit
you
that went
want?
on.
We're gonna land here because we really gotta get to the
Definitely.
next subject because we got other people coming in. What do you want to land on officially? What
I'm
is
gonna
your
land on.
land?
This is what made me think. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it with you guys. Benjamin Franklin wrote a book called "The Peopling of Other Countries." Understand that Benjamin Franklin is the forefather of America. Well, of you know what I'm saying, the United States. He has said in his book that America was swarthy, woolly. You know what I'm saying? When we look into that, you understand that that means dark entirely. You know what I'm saying? So he was saying that this
Yeah,
was
I know
a
that term.
black
Yeah.
continent. So we
Mhm.
gotta look. We're not looking at the truth.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just leave that with y'all. I got more stuff. Anybody want to check me out? I'm on TikTok, Zeta Historian.
I'm gonna definitely be on your TikTok.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah,
Just
I see
holler
your
at me,
stuff. I
G.
see your stuff. I seen
Yeah.
this stuff for a good minute.
Like, okay,
That was
okay.
interesting. That was
That was
interesting. My issue with that is the fact that I caught a lot of inconsistencies.
oh yeah.
I caught a lot of inconsistencies because one, how can you say, well, we are the original people here, right?
Exactly. Makes no sense.
And then go, we're not African, but like I said earlier, you see pyramids in the Americas as well as Africa. So what type of people is that? It's just going to be completely different people that just woke up one day and said, "I'm gonna make a pyramid. I'm gonna build a lot of sand, a lot of dirt, a lot of rock to be a triangle."
Hmm.
And somebody else is going to have that connection. And even if that's the case, that shows a connection with the people, even cosmically or whatever. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Spiritually.
Like
So
there's a connection. Like he was pretty much detailing all the connections and not trying to connect the dots. So
right.
definitely he was showing the similarities, and he was like, "I'm not connecting it. But like, I don't care. I'm not African." Like that's literally what it is. But I feel like as he was talking, he even kept pausing, and I feel like he's gonna go back and think about it. Don't get me wrong. Like he already does his content. He's not gonna change
I
his
seen
mind.
his content. I see the thing about it, Jay. I seen his content. A lot of it is agreeable. You
Yeah.
see the research. You see the research. You know it's facts. My
Oh,
only problem is when you got to dig a little bit deeper because
mhm.
you gotta break history. You gotta break history that already set a narrative. And if you're gonna do that, you have to have like the sources to the T. You have to have the sources to the T because you can't say, "Well, we're not African." Okay, prove it. That's why I asked him a question: Who was the one who's changed the status? Who was the one who's changed the status? Because you got to say these things for people to research. You can't just say, "Well, this happened, that happened, this happened." You got to look. I've been involved with the conscious community my entire life, and oftentimes people in the conscious community, whether you from the Hebrew Israelites, Moorish community, Nation of Islam, uh, Black socialist movement, Black feminist movements, all of these people in the so-called conscious community, a lot of times they want you to just take their word for it. A lot
Yeah,
of times they just want you to take their word for it, and they
and that doesn't work.
throw out some things.
Hi.
No, we have to break stuff down because if you saying this and you believe it, I'm not the one that's gonna say you're wrong. You just gotta prove you're right.
You're
Just gotta
right.
prove you're right.
We got to be systematic about it too. Like
Yeah.
if I'm saying that if I'm clearly saying, oh, skin change happened due to genetic mutation, then
Right.
I have to respect the law of genetic mutation. I even forgot the name of that law of the whole gene law, right? But pretty
I know
much
what you're talking about.
you have to respect it all the way. You cannot pick it for
And then
skin,
say,
not
right,
pick for the other. No. It got to work the whole way around. You see what I'm saying? Like you got to be
right.
consistent the whole way. And the thing
He
about it
kind of
is, like,
reminds me of a Somali corner because he was doing the same thing. And I was saying, like, look, You
Yeah,
have
I'd
to
like to talk to
understand.
Somali Corner again. I might have to hit him up, let him come talk to us
Yo,
again. Cause
shout out to my Somalis. Shout out to Somali Corner, man.
S-
shout out to
Shout
Somali
out
Corner.
to all of them.
A
Yeah,
lot,
man. Yeah, fam.
Are you British?
No, I'm Canadian,
Oh, you're
but
Canadian.
I'm born in Somalia.
Oh, okay.
Like here's my issue with Somali Corner. It was the fact that he was
Welcome,
kind of doing that
welcome,
same
welcome.
thing in regards
Thank
to,
you.
you know, saying that we're not the same people.
No, I think no. Honestly,
And that
like I'm just gonna. We. I think they were trying to say we're Kushites. Kushites is it's it's not a, it's different than like
It's just
like
one thing.
I don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
explain it. You have
I
to know
know what I
like
know.
like
I'm
African
aware of
Americans don't know
Kushites.
ethnicity, right? We're from
Now that I
Africa.
finally got in the room, guys, excuse me, sorry.
Welcome,
Now that
welcome.
I finally got in the room,
Please,
um,
what are your
can
impressions?
I say a couple of things? Because it was
Please,
killing me. Like,
please.
literally, I'm dead right now.
Mhm.
So, yes, the young man is very smart. I would definitely like to say that. But some of his points were not actual.
Beautiful.
Um,
Right.
and the reason why I want to say that is because, yes, there were people that was here that was in the Americas, um, such as like my grandmother, my great grandparents on my mother's side are full blood Cherokee Indian. And my grandfather on that side was West Indian. So he was a slave that came over.
Right.
But back then, if you was a runaway and you went to the Indians, they would assist you. They would take you in. So that's how my great grandparents got together on the reservation. My grandfather left the plantation.
Hmm.
And that was in 1919, something like 1926. They were still working slave labor.
Right.
Hmm.
So,
This is a
Like
different
there's
perspective.
also
and then on my
you know.
father's side, I'm sorry, Malik.
No,
On
you go
my
ahead. Go ahead. Go
father's
ahead.
side, um, that's full blood. Like I could track it all the way back to England. So my parents, like my father and my uncles and all of even down to the daughter, they still have slave names that trace all the way back to England. From
So,
when, like, so I was able to find the barrister that actually owned our family and brought my family from England on my
Hmm.
father's half from
oh
England
shit.
over to North Carolina. So I was able to trace that link. I'm just not able
Hmm.
to put it back to Africa. But it
Hmm.
is known that that's
Like
where
that.
my father's side of the family actually came from,
Hmm.
was from Africa. But my mother's side has more of a West Indian and Native American
Hmm.
history.
Oh. So
Right.
now was she also black? Was she also like our phenotype kind of black, or was she Native
So,
American Asian
m-
black?
so my great grandmother,
Yes.
she was like a little bit lighter than my skin tone
Okay. Okay.
with really, really like straight hair.
Okay. So she had the Asian phenotype. Like
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
We had, Blackfoot Indian. So the
Mm-hmm.
phenotypes was we had darker skin, but we had
Mm-hmm.
the more Asian like or the
Okay.
more straighter hair. I'm just gonna say straight hair
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
types in our family.
Mm-hmm.
My
And now
great great grandmother
I got
was
4D,
Gooch.
4C.
Right.
Mm, slaves were-
Exactly.
We have four. We have 4B. You said?
4C,
Oh yeah.
4
Hmm.
4G if
I
you
had to
ask
learn the
me.
four C's
Four,
and D's
four,
and
It's kinky. Believe that.
yeah, 4Z.
We fight in the morning, please believe me.
Mhm.
But another thing too that he was saying was that I had a little bit of difficulty with. Um, when he was saying that not everybody came from Africa, that is true. However, they did bring over a lot of people,
Right.
ships and
He's
ships
talking
and
about you're talking
ships.
about the slave thing that he was talking
The
about the slave.
slave trade. Yeah.
I agree. I know he was telling the truth in that because that's a fact.
That's
My
Mhm.
only problem is I feel this,
Mhm.
Latanya. I feel
Mhm.
this. I feel that due to the fact that he realized that we have been lied to in
Mhm.
so many things that
Mhm.
he don't want to take anything but what he rather rest on.
whatever resonates with
Because a
him.
lot of it is
Yeah,
from
whatever
black
resonated with him, he
And
swallow.
just
I
I'm
want
on
to
that.
say something that Senefu said. He wrote something that I feel like we should just put it out there, just for like, I guess, just to put out there. He said
Mhm.
like, I guess, in defense of the other guy, right? The other guy is using is, I mean, he's looking at it in a religious kind of way, right? You know the way people,
Mhm.
uh, when they're looking at religion, they use faith more and
And
Mhm.
belief.
emotions.
And
Mhm.
that's
Right.
exactly, I think, the conviction he's using to
Mhm.
kind of talk to us because of, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's, I just wanted to put that out there because I think it made sense when I read
I
that,
mean,
because I'm
he
like,
has a lot of facts. The only problem is it kind of get very ahistorical.
And
It
not
gets
only
very ahistorical. Go ahead,
not
Latanya.
only that, I'm sorry to cut you off, but not only
No,
that,
go ahead.
like he has facts, he has pieces of information, but you could
yeah,
give a person pieces of a puzzle, but if they don't have the complete puzzle, they can't put it together no matter
They
how
just
much
got
they try.
pieces.
And so that's what
that's
he
right.
has. He just has pieces. He doesn't have a full conception of what actually took place and
Hmm.
what actually is
Medic, I
happening.
want to hear your
So,
perspective too.
Tom,
Yeah, continue. So continue, Lolan.
yeah. So in my mind, if we take it all the way back to the beginning, it was only one nation, and that was Africa. That is the original land mass.
Hmm.
It wasn't until after like Noah and all that, and it broke apart.
Guys, Carolina.
Then we had
That's the
seeds
page,
and.
Carolina, right there.
Yeah.
You
Mhm,
can.
Well, my base on that,
mhm,
I don't use any religious text in regards to it. I
mhm,
just say,
mhm,
um, when it was Pangea, yes,
mhm.
it was one big, and majority was
I
Africa.
believe
The
that.
original
I believe
is
that.
Africa, and we broke off, things changed from
Mhm,
that, and people was
mhm.
on different land masses then, and
And
then we
that's
migrated, and then we things happen in regards to that.
and that's when they came to existence. That's
Right.
when the mutants began, because they're not real. Like they're not real. They're like, I don't know how to explain it, but they have no, like, I don't know, they have no sentiment.
I know what
I get what you're saying.
I know what you say.
Here's the thing.
It's
My take
different.
on white my take on the white
Neanderthal.
race.
Mhm.
Neanderthal.
My take on a white race is
Mhm.
this is you know during an evolutionary period
Mhm.
there were individuals who migrated out of Africa, and it was the Grimaldi people,
Mhm.
and they was trapped behind a
You
block
talk
of ice, and they changed and they turned so much of to survive. Well,
Mhm.
white people, the
Mhm.
reason why they are the way they are is because for their own survival, they had
So,
to breed with no melanin to survive in their elements in their life because of the environment they was during the evolutionary period. So
mhm.
they had to,
and
and
Neanderthals
these
are
are
white.
characteristics.
I'm
These
glad you
are
brought that up.
these
Neanderthals
are
are white.
yeah, but it's the thing, but they're not human. They're not fully human.
But then they mix,
Exactly.
and then when Homo
They
sapiens
mixed and
started,
breed. They
they mixed
breeded
stuff.
right. But I'm speaking on in regards to like white people in
Yeah,
general.
but everybody had to
Like
survive. So the Africans had to do that, in the wilderness as well, right? So
yeah, but the difference between Africa and the Caucasus Mountains is the
Yeah,
fact
the
that it's
weather.
more of an abundance. It's more of abundance in Africa than it is in the Caucasus Mountains, where
That's
you had to literally kill for what you want. You had to rape for your own reproduction because nobody's going to do it any other way because you're not
Nothing
comfortable to do
grew.
so. That became ancestral habits within them, and that's why these people do these things.
That's why
even
they
And
have
you
that
know,
beast mentality. They have
exactly.
no spirit.
You
You
know,
can't work. You
Jay had a
can't be
lie.
spirit in cold weather. Black
Right.
people don't work well in cold weather.
I,
So,
See, Jay had a live, Latanya. Jay had a live like a while back, and
mhm.
he was speaking on um something in regards to what did he say? What did you say, Jay? And you said
which one?
and I end up saying agrarian culture versus
Mhm.
war culture. See, white
Mhm.
Yeah,
people have war culture
yes.
Mhm.
because this is how they had to survive. The African culture, the only cultures that survived white supremacy the most were
Mhm.
ones who practiced more of war culture versus agrarian culture.
Somalis, so fucking
Mhm.
You know,
Malis,
Yeah, shout out
Mandingos,
to the
the
Malis
warrior tribes. Those are the
I'm
only
gonna
ones.
have to
Zulus,
find Jay
and the
somebody
Zulus.
that lives in
The
Somalia
Zulus, exactly, like the warriors.
because he's
you
in
know.
love with
Now,
Somalia.
don't get me wrong. Don't get
Yeah,
me
'cause
wrong.
I respect them, yo. They was able to hold their own. Like us who
Don't.
was not
Yo,
ready.
they told, was it Queen Victoria or Queen Elizabeth that she couldn't have a child in Somaliland, in Somalia? It's the only African country. We didn't want, like, we didn't want no white
You see
people
that?
born on our soil.
See, you
You
know
see that?
what?
Like they
Like,
got that spirit. We don't have that spirit. Like
but
naturally, it doesn't come with us.
all of
No,
that
I
is
feel
disgusting.
we do. The only thing is certain cultures change in different situations because I can show you other war cultures, but when we talking about the rise of white supremacy, things change with it's just like how things was destabilized in our own government, right?
Mhm.
Dr- the drug trade
Mhm.
and how that came in the 80s. It's
Mhm.
things that's implemented around that destabilize people to make it easy for drugs to hit our community. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So it's
And
like it's kind of,
not
I
only
see what you're
jumpy like
saying. I
that.
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
easy to manipulate everything, but it's a good, like, they put drugs and everything into our communities
Look up there,
so
man.
that we
That
cannot defend ourselves. So
Right.
the better broken up the family is,
Gia
the
doesn't
better
say
they have, the better chances they
that's the reason.
have in lack of our survival.
No, no, no. I don't. I think we actually. Oh, sorry. I should mute.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
You know,
Hmm.
my thing is this: when I hear someone praise one type of African, it makes me sad because
It's dumb.
all Africans have. I can show you other African nations, cultures in which they are very have strong
It's
warriors,
racist.
strong, powerful warriors besides just the Somali people.
It's
No,
but
bro,
The
it
like,
but
thing
it's
is,
don't
racist
don't get
though.
offended when
I
somebody
mean,
when somebody
I mean,
says Somalis are
no,
warriors. This is
I don't.
facts.
It's not the. I'm praising. Look, I love it. My
Yeah,
thing
it's
is,
facts.
it's
We didn't
kind of.
cooperate with colonialism. Like, you know what I mean? It's facts. You
Pardon
can't
me.
hide that, right?
Well, bro, I could pull up the book that book I always keep bringing up, bro. They describe it
Go
in
ahead.
there.
Go ahead.
you
Where they,
and this fetish, you're fetishizing with
It's
Somalia.
history, brother.
no,
Sister.
no,
It's
no,
history.
no,
It's
no.
not. It's
They don't
history.
only say Somalis.
Um,
They said
this is
Somalis. They said
inside. This is an
Mandingos.
inside joke
Yeah.
here.
Right. There were so many warrior people all throughout the continent that we have to. It becomes ahistorical to say, well, Somali wasn't
I'm
colonized,
taking this
We
fucking
and
book
definitely
that
were
is
out
the
colonized.
only. That
iPad.
is the. Pardon me.
We were colonized.
Mm,
This is how
Who
we went
So,
about colonialism.
so let me
who's
read it to you, right?
speaking?
Dang, I can't hear him.
Nomadic. He said
Okay.
they were colonized.
They
Uh,
They
were or weren't.
We
no they
were,
were
we were,
they
we
were
were
colonized.
colonized.
Okay.
But
But like
like
No.
we were colonized to a certain extent. We didn't allow the Europeans to like just
Right.
do different things to our culture like our neighbors did, right?
Yeah.
so
So
The South.
my question to you: what is the natural resource of Somali?
There's a lot of resources. We have
What is natural resources though?
we have gas. We have I'm not really too sure. There's like oil, diamonds in the mountains. And we also have a lot of like well, there's maritime resources as well, like fish. And, like,
they got mad fish. Like they have mad fish, bro. Like
we have a lot of resources. And,
I know a lot about Somalia. It looks like I be hating on them, but I know a lot about them. This is my friend.
It doesn't look like you be hating on them. It looks like we need to get you a trip over there to Somalia, and you would be so happy.
But he's already African though, you know. It's not like he's an African American going to Somalia. He's already familiar with.
What's wrong with being African American? The next person that says that to me, I'm just saying
it's a different. It's not a culture shock.
It's not different, and that's the problem. The problem is that we separate ourselves. Period. African American. All of these different kinds of people, like we just
listen to somebody telling us for an hour. Africans are
but he doesn't. We're not a monolith, brother. We're not a monolith. We come in so many different cultures, so many different types of individuals.
For sure.
Yeah, but that's
it's kind of crazy to say. Well, there's a community that is more Aboriginal. They focus.
He comes from a whole different community.
It's other communities that is more Pan-Africanist. It's just a little bit too complex to just say.
And being Pan-African, like let's talk about it for a minute. Being Pan-African doesn't mean being pro-Bantu or different or Kushite or like African is just, you know what I mean? It's just people that live in Africa. It has no. In the United States, you guys think African means black. African doesn't mean black. It's just the name of the continent.
Actually, we don't think that African means black.
A lot of people
know that black means black.
To you guys in the United States, black means African American because there's African there's Somali communities in the United States. They don't consider them black.
He's telling us what we do.
Bro.
It's true. You guys call the Caribbeans and the Jamaicans Caribbeans.
No, we don't.
Caribbeans, Jamaicans, they're black people.
Black in America.
No. In the United States, they say black means the people descendant of slaves that lived in the United States. They say, oh, you're African, you're Nigerian, you're Jamaican, you're Haitian. Like, you know what I mean? They don't African American.
So what happens? Let me explain what happens.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Is people come from other countries like Africa, and continents. Excuse me, let me say what I need to say. I don't need correction. I'm very intelligent.
Yeah, for sure.
To process it. So people come from other continents, countries, things of that sort, and they automatically feel as if they have to put their label on themselves. Like, I'm not this person because they don't want to be connected with slavery. I'm not that nigga. So no, I'm not from here. I'm from this place, or I'm from that place, so that they could separate themselves from the nigga.
Be careful with the word.
Well, from the black person.
You can say the N word.
Oh, so what are you telling me to be careful for?
Oh no. Just actually like N word.
Oh, the N word.
Yeah. The N word, exactly.
I'll stick with black.
Okay.
To his defense, I heard that argument already. To his defense, what he's speaking on, Africa being the continent with so many different literal race of people.
Yes.
There are white Africans. They are, you know, and then it's subcultures and within that, and that's what he's mainly speaking on in regards to that. So he's saying, you know, to say African is black completely, it sounds odd to him.
No, actually, I was saying that, but I was also saying being black in the United States is different. Like this is trying to explain. They say black is black African American. If you're Nigerian or Ethiopian, you're not black. They say you're not African American. You're not black.
No, bro. Let me say this.
I have family in Washington State and Minnesota, so I know what I'm talking about.
But you're actually talking to an African American. You're actually talking to one.
That's fine. My cousins and my whole family lives in the States, so I know. Like I spent months on times.
Let me just say something, because I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like different states be different, so I'm not gonna invalidate.
They really do. He's not here, so he don't know.
Yeah, but like no, I'm not even gonna say
It's
that because
okay.
I'm some real like Minnesota might be totally. I never lived in Minnesota. Like I'm gonna talk from somebody who grew up in New York,
So
right? Like
my
growing up in New York.
Yeah,
South
New York.
Dakota,
Yeah.
they call them black.
What's that?
I said my brother lives in South Dakota. They call them black.
To me, it just sounds like he's saying
No, I'm
in
not saying
regards
somebody's
to.
not black or somebody's not. But in the United States, when you
Don't get
guys
me
say
wrong.
black,
Like,
brother Jay, you should know this because aren't you Nigerian? Like you should know
I'm
this.
Nigerian. Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen,
So
exactly right. Boom.
yeah.
So I'm Nigerian, right? But I'm still considered black. Like when
if
you
told, let's just say you didn't have an American accent, right? And you were from
I
Nigeria
don't have
and
an
you just spoke to
yeah.
somebody, like some random black person in Atlanta.
I think he's
They would have been
talking
like,
about race
they would
and
have been like, oh
nationality
no,
being
man,
I don't
you're
intertwined.
not.
finish.
Yeah. So let's just, you know what I mean?
So
Like
when you ask me
somebody.
where I'm from, I'm gonna say I'm Nigerian because I'm not African American.
No, I'm talking about will they perceive you? They would say you're an African, you're not black. They'd say we're black, you're an African.
Bro, I
But
never
if you
heard
call, but your
I
context
never
is
heard
different. I'm
that
talking
in my
about
life.
the tip, like the average American black person in the hood or anywhere else. You know what I mean? They would be like, okay, I'm black, you're African. If you guys haven't heard that, you guys are not from the continent. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get
We have different
that point.
experiences.
I get
But
what he's saying.
you're
That sense he's correct. Like he's right.
I get
but
what
like,
he's saying. I get what he's saying. He's saying it like how we intertwine race and nationality
Yeah.
sometimes. So
So it's
and
like
yeah, like
you're African, you ain't black because so-called black Americans
yeah,
versus
the black
African,
Americans
a
it's
don't man.
continental African.
Like
you're
the
not
African Americans, is black Americans. Like they call.
you're not
Yeah, I'm
black.
not saying they're not saying that I'm not black, like I'm not the same race
No,
as them, but they're
what
saying I'm African American, we're black, you're African, you're a foreigner. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to say.
Like I'm gonna keep it a stack. Yeah, for sure. They be like, yeah, I've always been.
You're African.
You're African. Nah, facts. Like that's a fact. Like he's correct in that sense, right? But racially, if like I boom, like racially though, like when it comes to looking at the white man or whatever, and maybe he doesn't pick up my accent or whatever, I'm black, right? So like I've always seen myself as black in that sense, and I grew up here. I feel like also it's very different what age you come here. Like, so if you come here a little older, you're gonna 100% identify like what nationality you are. But like if you come here and you grow up here,
yeah,
you're good.
Unless you're East African. If you're East African and you came here when you're 2, you're gonna still identify with your culture. It depends on how strong.
Bro, East African is black here, my dude.
No, that's fine. They could be black. I'm just saying they wouldn't change. They would still identify as Ethiopian, Eritrean, Somali.
I'm not gonna change from being Nigerian, but I'm still black. That's the thing.
But you're not gonna assimilate to another culture. Just, you know what I mean? You're gonna have parents that are Nigerian at home. You know what I mean?
Bro, being black does not have anything to do with my culture.
There's a difference between African American culture and being like, come on, let's be real.
But you realize using the word black does not have anything to do with
the
culture.
Black people in the United States already made us different. They said that we're black means African American people descendant of slaves that lived in this country. Africans are African immigrants.
He's talking about Ado's discussion. That's what he's getting at.
I'm talking about people's perceptions.
Is black.
Like, bro, we literally telling you what.
No, I'm agreeing with you guys, but I'm just saying that's not the facts, though. Like, let's just say some random person in Atlanta, you just meet them at the gas station, right? You meet them at the gas station, and you tell them you're from Africa.
What we do in the States, that makes no sense to me.
I've spent
in the States, honey.
I've spent years in the United States. I've lived in New York before, right? And I have family in Washington.
So
where in New York are you from? What?
I'm from Mount Vernon, New York.
Okay, but everybody has different experiences. Everybody has different experiences. There's no need to get angry. Everybody has different experiences. You don't have to agree. You can agree to disagree.
There's a difference. Don't call me angry because I'm not angry. It would take way more than that for me to ever be angry.
We're just having a
that's
it.
You can disagree with me. We have different experiences. You know what I mean? And I respect your experience. Like, I was born in Africa and I moved to this country. I learned English. You probably grew up speaking English, right? I came to this country. I had to learn English. So we definitely have different experiences.
Yeah, you got a good accent.
Yeah,
You
bro.
do. We do
Most
have different experiences.
exactly. But
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm just trying to explain to you that you can't speak for the majority.
I'm not. I'm just talking about my experiences, what I've seen, right?
A little bit.
He's speaking on regards of what he's seen with like ADOS people who wants to separate from a lot of Africans. So he's seeing that, and he's
not
saying,
you,
okay,
not you necessarily.
this is what it is. This is what he thinks we're doing here collectively, as far as so many. Just like we just had Zay on here. He's separated from Africa, so he's
America,
putting that
exactly.
as a way. He's saying that, okay, this is how we are perceived as in regards to Black versus African thing.
Bro,
So
I want to ask him, what does he have to say about African American? Because that's also a term that we use.
Okay, so African Americans, if you think about it, it just means people of African descent that live in the United States. But African Americans has become a culture. It's become a culture. It's become a culture.
It's still Black people. It's still Black people.
I'm not saying that. Are you guys arguing to argue? Like, do you guys know what I'm trying to say? I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm agreeing with you guys.
Figure out what you're saying.
I know you're agreeing. I get what you're saying.
I get what he's saying too. I get what he's saying too.
I'm here to grow. That's
for sure.
what I'm here for. So I don't want to argue with anybody. I want to have definite clarity because, for one, I respect you. I don't know you. I respect you. So I want to hear how. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and so I want to hear how you're feeling, and also be able to explain to you how it is from my vision. That's all. I don't want you to feel like I'm jumping on you or anything like that.
No. I don't feel like that.
That's not my intentions.
Yeah, I appreciate
can
that.
be a little like,
yeah.
But no, that's not my intentions.
That's
So
the service, baby.
What I'm hearing from you, this is what I'm hearing, so that you'll know if I'm wrong or right. If that's what you was trying for me to, get from you. What I'm hearing from you is that people that come from other countries and they come here, they feel as if Black people don't accept them as Black, or I
guess he's saying, like, they put a line and they make it clear, like, you're not us.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's about acceptance, because I don't think like African immigrants are looking for acceptance, but they try to say, like, the Black people that already been living there, they say, like, hey, we're Black. Like, it's like we have different cultures. We've been here, like, you know what I mean? And you guys are immigrants, sort of thing. I don't think it's a racial situation.
I get everything that he's saying.
Yeah, and also
it's actually true. It's actually true for various situations. He actually telling the truth.
On TikTok, right? That's the propaganda that's also put out there by people who, I'm not gonna invalidate the experiences. African kids who go out there. I was called booty scratcher, this kind of stuff, right? So this is kind of from where he's kind of coming from too. I'm not saying that that's where he got it from.
Jay, if you don't, if Jay and Latanya, if y'all don't mind me adding to this,
not at all.
He is actually he is absolutely right. He is absolutely right.
Explain
because there is a difference in regards to the status within
you got
the United
people that have
States.
been here for 200 years, and then people that just moved here is different.
Exactly.
Sure.
He's absolutely right, because the so-called Black American has a different status than an African immigrant, because what he just said is true. Black means property, slave. It actually does. And this is what I was saying before in regards to why I always say so-called Black Americans, because in our Constitution, it states what you are. 3/5 of a man. You are property. Look at the Black Law Dictionary. The Black Law Dictionary is but here's the thing. Here's the point I'm trying to get at, is to add to what he's saying, is this comes with a culture of separation in regards to us here. Many of us
but
here,
not
I'm one of them.
Not African Americans. We're not separating them. Immigrants
Yes, we do.
no,
Yes, we do.
immigrants come over here as this is
Please,
my
please,
experience.
please.
This is my experience. They come over and they're different than us.
For sure.
Because of the fact they come, and Jay may understand, but you come and you have this pride about you that we do not have, because you come from somewhere that we don't know.
It's true.
Yeah,
and so when we look at you, you're all big, happy, like I'm the great Woombamba.
So, I'm getting
and
goosebumps.
we're like, this motherfucker over here.
I'm getting goosebumps, yo.
You think you're better than us. So that's
I've
why
never heard this perspective.
ourselves, and we kind of push back. Because it's like, oh, you come over, you haven't been through this struggle, but you come over and you act like you're better than me. What kind of crap is that?
We just figured this shit out.
Yeah, many people have various experiences to give them their own viewpoint of what life is. You know what I mean? We're aware of that. And to add to what Latanya was saying is that happens. But the reason why I said there is a separation, we do separate, is because a lot of us here feel that the tangibles of what made this country great, which was us, which was we don't get the tangibles of our hard work, our labor, everything that made America the powerhouse it is. Therefore, so many immigrants, not only just the continental African, but all immigrants benefit from, and the tangibles is not seen whatsoever in regards to us specifically. So when it comes to the continental African that comes and immigrates to America, it becomes an issue with that particular person due to the fact that a lot want to assimilate to the dominant culture, the dominant society, which is
anti-black,
unfortunately, and exactly anti-black, anti-African American.
I don't think so. I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I think Africans. No, brother. Listen, I think Africans already come from a culture, so they don't come to this country to be anti-black. First of all, most of them don't even know.
But you're not in this country.
Purposely. Africans
having a culture and speaking a language and being anti-black, anti-African Americans, two different things.
Bro, let me break this down.
You know what I mean?
No. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Jay.
One second, Malika. Bro, today is a very good one, that nomadic, because it was a Somali girl I saw saying this on TikTok today. This is what she said. She said, it's crazy how our parents, when they come, she said, when our parents come to America, they don't want to ever question the society because of, they feel like where they're coming to and where they're coming from, America is better than where they're coming from. They have a better opportunity. So even when they're treated wrongly or some shit happens to them or whatever, they just brush it off and they just keep working. But
that's not true. As a Somali, that's definitely not true. Somali people don't do that. That's definitely not true. You can ask all Somali people.
All Somalis
Somali people have strong-minded people. They will never allow disrespect from any European descent.
Bro, we're not talking about disrespect.
Somalis are a monolith, Jay.
You just said that.
Jay,
you just said that.
According to nomadic, Somalis are a monolith.
Bro,
according to nomadic, Somalis are a monolith.
Somalis are African. They're hardworking African. When hardworking Africans come to America, guess what? They fall in line, bro. Because guess what? If you don't fall in line, you're gonna get kicked back out. You're going back to your country, bro. The only way you don't go back to your country.
Most Somalis in the United States have a passport. They have a green card. No one's gonna kick them.
Bro, the point I'm trying to make
is happen. This shit, bro, you gotta come. You gotta really get here, man. We gotta get you here, man.
Bro. If you don't fall in line, either you're not gonna have a job.
Yeah.
Except they don't have jobs and they're just getting unemployment. Matter of fact, people paying back their unemployment now. I don't know if y'all seen what's going on TikTok, right?
What's going on?
The unemployment checks that people was getting the whole COVID, they asking them for the money back now. That shit's crazy. So it's not unemployment. The point I'm trying to make is this. That was so freaking random, my bad. But the point I'm trying to make is, as Africans, right? We come here working hard, right? Working hard, and bro, go with the status quo. We're not thinking, oh, we want to be the white man, pro-white. No. We just following the status quo. And following the status quo, guess what? Is
working hard, yeah.
That is anti-black, bro. That's the facts of the matter.
How is working hard, getting a mortgage and succeeding in life anti-black? I don't understand.
They don't got nothing to do.
What the fuck?
Bro.
Anyway, so
you just no. What do you mean? You just use that as an example. That's you said it's anti-black.
Bro, because guess what? We don't try. So when we see, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. When we see certain things happen to African American, we see shit in the news. I don't think no Somalis talking about it in their house like, oh, this is fucked up that happened to these
Somalis
black people.
Somalis are the ones who were leading the Black Lives Matter in Minneapolis. And what are you talking about, brother?
Bro, because do you see what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter. The kids, right? Is it the parents?
It doesn't matter. Minnesota has a big Somali population.
Hijabs was out there Black Lives Matter. No, bro.
So should we hold
my mom will not do that
money
shit.
that the Black Lives Matter?
No one's talking about anybody's mothers. I'm just saying Somali people were at the front lines.
Everything regarding Black Lives Matter.
We're the new generation. We're talking about the adults because these are the ones who come in and work for us to have.
Everybody leading Black Lives Matter, bro. I heard everything. I heard now it's Somalis leading Black Lives Matter.
No, in Minnesota, Minnesota has a big Somali population. That's why I'm using that, and that's where George Floyd died, right?
I got family
Black lives still don't matter until we stop separating ourselves. Until we stop thinking that one culture is better than the next culture. We're all black.
I think people need to just be proud of their culture. That's not you. I'm just saying that's that person's insecurity. Like no one's culture is better than nobody's culture, right? But if you feel that type of way, that has something to say about you more than the other person.
I'm not trying to argue with you. That's how it is. Cultures, you even know that over in Africa, you have one culture that's fighting another culture.
Yeah.
This tribe is against this tribe. You can't come over to this border. You can't have this water. You can't have this over here. This resource.
You can't have this water.
Like, come on. But we're all one people at the end of the day. And when it comes down to the end of it, of the end of the days, guess who's going to be looking for each other? Because these people are not playing when it comes to taking away from us. So until you, I, Malik, Jay, until we all, Monica, everybody get together and stand together as one people, this world is gonna be messed up because of the fact that we're not standing together. That is why they have had us for 500, almost 600 years.
And all of us collectively too.
Because of the fact that we will not stand up together because one person's like, oh, well, you know, I just think that maybe my culture is better because we wear red eyeliner. Get the out of here.
I literally heard that before too. That's the crazy thing about it. I actually heard
that. Exactly. It's like, oh, you know, like, so for some places, you know, for some people, like I am a better looking dark skin than what a darker skin would be. Because I have a white nose, which is thin,
right. Yeah,
and
you kind of look Somali.
And I have white lips. I am better than some of the darker women who have the bigger lips.
That's the European standard of beauty. That has nothing to do with like how you feel about yourself, though.
Because you know what?
It can matter. It definitely can matter. Yeah,
it does. It should have crept into our bloodstreams, and we're using that shit too.
African Americans, maybe African Americans, but I don't think continental Africans.
All over.
We don't have, like, I don't know. I can only speak from how we.
White noses, bro. I've seen
the first man.
Go to Germany, and since he's Somali, wait a second.
I have like 3 people trying to talk to me right now.
Wait a second. You're Somali, right? You're Somali.
Yeah, I was born in Somalia. Yeah.
You can go to Germany, and you will see Somali women.
Yeah,
Somali women. They don't even date Somalis. Men.
That's not true. That's not true, brother. I'm gonna tell you something, right? Let me tell you. As a Somali person, right?
Wait, let me land. Let me
What's that?
land, nomadic,
culture.
nomadic. Let me
No,
land.
Somali people are marrying Somali people in the diaspora. Like, just go on YouTube. Like, my brother recently
Absolutely.
got
I'm
married.
not.
Like,
This is not a general
but
statement. This is
you're
not a
just
general statement. I'm
using
saying
like
this.
individual
Check this out.
situations and
Check
making it
this out.
like
Check
in a
this
prior.
out.
Yeah,
Check this out. In Germany, when you see these Somali women,
yeah.
they are who are they marrying and dating the most in Germany?
In Germany, in Frankfurt and Berlin, majority of Somali people are dating and marrying Somali people. Just because a
German.
few people,
Bush.
individuals. No, what do you mean
Bullshit.
bullshit? Have you been to Frankfurt, Germany
White.
before?
But why does it
Absolutely.
matter?
You know,
Why
you know,
does
you,
it
I
you
have
know,
a
you know, you
passport.
know,
Why does
you
it
know,
I
you know,
talk to
you know what?
Somali
Let me
girls,
tell you
and
something.
the funny thing about it
Do I
is,
have?
I talk to
Do I not?
Somali girls. I talk to Somali girls
Listen. I'm
in
not.
Germany.
I
These
can't.
are
Why
I
don't
can't.
you
Somali.
get in
Listen to
trouble?
me.
You want those girls to get in trouble, eh? You're saying you talk to Somali girl.
First of all, listen to me, brother.
I talk to Somali
First of all,
girls all the time.
the
They got nothing to
community in
do about
Germany
it.
is very new, so that's how I know for sure that's not even real. That's not true. I don't believe that because
So
the
Germany
Well,
community in
you
is.
don't
Germany,
have to believe it.
most of them don't even have.
They're getting white men. They're getting
Did he
white men.
just say
Just letting you
Germany's?
know that.
Oh,
Just
DNA is
letting you
everything.
know that. They're getting white men. Wake up.
Anyways, I don't know why we're talking about individual Somali girls and
Because
who they
that's
choose to
what we're
date. Like,
speaking of.
why is
I'm
that a
showing
topic of
because
I
it,
have,
conversation?
it
I have a
comes from a
question.
point
Does
of
that bother?
anti-blackness. You're talking about anti-blackness, and I'm
No, this guy
showing
was
you
talking about.
where
He
the
said no
root
Somali
is
people.
affecting all of us collectively, all of us collectively, and including the Somali people. I know you love your people, you have every right to, but
No, I think
anti-blackness affects you all as
you're
well,
using like little things that you hear and making it like a pandemic in the community where
bruh.
Somali people are not
I
marrying Somali people. That's not true. Like I'm
No,
Somali, I'm
I
telling you,
I
Somali
didn't
people are
say.
definitely marrying
That's like
Somali
saying
people.
that's like saying blah, 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 blah. It's not saying that. Say for instance, if I say um black men are marrying white women, does that mean every single black man in America is marrying white women? No, no. We're
We
talking
all
No,
about
but
it.
black.
It's happening.
you're trying to make it seem like it's a thing. Like
Okay,
you know what I mean?
a
That's how
large
it comes out.
number,
I have
a
a question
large
though.
number. I'm gonna be East. I forgot
It's
I had to be politically correct here. A large
yes,
number
Unfortunately,
of
because of
Somali women
yeah.
in Germany prefer white men.
I would have to disagree with you, and we can just move on because I'm not gonna have a discussion about something that you don't know. You don't know that, right? You do not know that the Somali
Okay,
community in Germany,
I
Somali.
talk to
my
Somali
question.
girls, and that's
Listen, let
all
me tell
they
you
talk
something, right?
about.
Okay,
That's
that's
all they
those
talk about.
people. That's the
Why
two
does
three
that
Somali
bother
girls
you,
that you
but
see.
he
nomadic?
had none.
It bothers
Nomadic,
him.
nomadic, please. No.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
want to ask.
That it doesn't
Bro,
bother me,
listen to me.
brother.
Listen to me.
Listen,
I just
let
want
me
to know
speak,
why does
right?
it bother you?
It doesn't bother me,
Like,
but
It
I'm just saying
bothers
this
him the
brother
same
saying
way
that
it
he's talking
bothers
to a
me
few
when I
Somali
see a
girls.
black
That's
man with
dumb.
a white woman.
That's dumb. That has nothing
That's
to do with the
it.
wider community.
That's
That's
okay,
individual
ridiculous.
choice. You know what I mean?
okay. So let's hypothetically
It bo-
let's
He's trying to
speak
make it
about
seem like the
hypothetically.
Somali girls are they're dating outside the race in big numbers.
They are.
It's an
They are.
epidemic. It's not. It's what you. That's your like perception. That's what you want to believe, and that's fine. You know what I mean? That's not true. I know that's not true. I'm from the
Jay,
community.
you could go, but you
You're
could
looking from the
tag
outside.
him in that video where dude, when the Somali
Nah,
guy,
that's fine.
tag
I
him in
don't.
that video where the Somali guy was like, "Oh, you should get a Nigerian or whatever."
Bro,
So
Somali
remember
people in
that
the
video,
diaspora are
Jay?
marrying Somali
Tag
people.
him in,
There's weddings
tag
every
him in that
weekend. Like,
video,
it's definitely not true.
I bet
It's
you.
not true. It's
and
not
look
true.
all the comments. Look all the
so
comments.
what I'm saying is
Because Somali people are
I'm
trolls.
It bothers
They'll argue
I,
for
let me
nothing.
speak, guys.
okay.
Guys, I've been listening to y'all talk and I want to say something. So,
Yes.
Okay.
what's your name again? I'm sorry, honey.
Just, you can call me nomadic.
Nomadic. Okay. So, I understand how you as a man would like to be very protective not only of yourself but your culture and your people. I respect that.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to say that all of your women are going out and they're dating white guys.
No.
That's
I
not what
understand. Yeah. I know. But
what
he
we're
was trying to
trying to
say that. He
say.
was trying to say that, and it's not
So,
true.
no, that's not what he was trying to say either.
That
Not
definitely
to
wasn't
my
what I was trying
understanding.
to say.
Yeah, you said in large numbers, brother. And large means a
It's
lot of the
large
population.
numbers is not everyone is not
Excuse me,
everyone.
guys. Excuse me,
Make
gentlemen.
sure
I
you
was
subscribe to my
talking.
YouTube.
I still
I'm
have the mic.
sorry. I'm sorry,
And
Lolan.
so,
Go ahead, sweetie.
thank you. And so,
Sorry about that.
I understand how you could feel because, we go through the same thing. Like, I really get upset when I see sometimes a black guy with a white woman.
it angers me, because I realize that right now you're with this woman and not with your own family. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And I know, like, not every brother is with a Caucasian or a white woman. I understand that, but it still bothers me when I see that it happens. So I understand how you may feel, where you might see a Somali woman with a black man or a white man, and then, it's like, but it's not all of them. It just like with us, it's not all of our men that go with white women, and it's not all of our black women that are with white men. I totally get that. And so I apologize if you feel like we were
No.
jumping
You don't
on.
have to apologize. I appreciate you, but you don't have to apologize. All I was trying to say is like, everybody
It's
has their
not
preferences.
all.
It's not like I've never seen a Somali girl marry a black guy, but it's probably it's happened, right? I'm a realist. I'm not denying it happened, but this guy's trying to make it seem like Somali women are marrying outside their race in numbers. That's not true. You know what I mean? So
I
if you're
think
gonna say
that
I
that,
what
you
mean,
he
know
was
what you're
trying to
talking
say
about.
is that
Black.
it's more than just the
I'm
one.
gonna get to that.
wah wah wah.
Shut up.
Like, really, man. Like, really.
So
The truth in the matter, Jay, I'm sorry, but the truth in the
yeah.
matter is that we all people of color and African descent, we all need to be able to communicate with each other and start building our own bonds together, so that we as a species, as a human race, we don't miss out, because we could end up dying in the end of all of this if
Absolutely.
we don't take care of
That's a
each
fact.
other.
That's a fact.
Period. Whether we're Somali, African American, black, from
Nigerian,
now, look, I was about to say from Ingu
Aboriginal,
land.
Igbo. Yo,
I
you name
love
it all type of black, melanated, whatever you want to call this thing that
exactly.
we
Our
got going on.
melanated people, we need to be
Whatever this
together.
thing is.
If your skin needs sun, we need to be having fun. That's it.
God, let's go. Let's go.
I
Because
like
it's
that
too
one.
much. It's like it's so many other issues in this world. And are we really gonna be fighting over where's the blackness? We all got black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Shit.
saying? At the end of the day, when the white cop sees you, they're not seeing, oh, this is a Somali guy. No, they like this N
It's
word.
gonna say black, yeah, for
This
sure.
N word over here gotta go
He wouldn't
down.
even say black.
You
He
said
would
it.
say
You
No,
said it.
Nigerian.
She
in the
said
papers,
it.
it's gonna
You
say
know what
black.
I'm saying? And so,
Right.
and on a day like that, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't matter whether I'm Somali or not when I step in front of that bullet for you.
For sure. But yeah,
So that's why it's
I was just trying to
important.
say, like, I don't want to argue, but I was just trying to say, like, that's not what's going on. Maybe the girls that you speak to in Germany, they're wild, they're dating white guys, but actually, you know what? That's the wrong community to use as, for example, the community in Germany. They're the newest communities. The people that live in Germany, the Somali people. They're the people that go in boats from the Mediterranean Sea and then they travel to Europe. The community in Germany are very new Somalis.
Yes, but
They've only
Normatic,
been there for
you're missing my point.
no.
Normatic is the
Okay,
fact
so
that
what is your point?
Normatic, you're missing my point. You can be absolutely right in what you're saying. I'm showing you that it's because a lot of anti-blackness is not only within the Americas, it's all over the
Jay,
world.
what's Monica and
It
them?
is going to affects everyone,
Monica.
including the Somali people. And you denied it, so this is the reason why I brought that to your attention.
I don't see no anti-blackness in the Somali community. Somali people don't even know what black is. Like we come from Africa. We don't say you're black. We just call people by their clans or their tribes. You know what I mean? So
I get that. That's a part of your
But how
culture.
do
I
you view
understand that. But
African
you're black.
American?
You're black. So when it comes to when you're in dealing with a dominant society,
yeah,
you're going to want to assimilate for your own survival. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah, for
So
sure.
therefore, a lot of people will become anti-black. It may not be happening in Somali. It may be so foreign to the culture that which you have, but it exists, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
Somali people though, they're not anti-black. I think I watched a video that Jay made couple months ago with a Somali Bantu brother. I didn't agree with a lot of things that the brother was talking about, and that there's a lot of misinformation in that video.
I've seen videos with Somali women saying that they don't like black women.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I've seen that as well. That's all over.
That's an individual thing. I've never heard about that. Like, Somali people.
Individual or not is still important. You can't run from that individualism. You can't run from that. You can't say
it's not a topic. It's not a topic of conversation. We don't talk about race. We don't do stuff like that. Somali people.
But at the end of the day, how do you view?
So for example, sister, you know how you guys talk about race, like because you guys have been discriminated against for hundreds of years and stuff like that. We don't have that same experience, so we don't say this person's black. Like, it's not. I'm not denying anything, but it's not in our.
Let's be honest.
It's not in their
culture.
I'm
being honest. It's not.
You're right.
We would talk about politics back home, or clan wars, or like something is going on with the government. We don't talk. Race issues are not an issue in the Somali household.
It is. And
it's not.
It is, because you know what? If it wasn't, then you wouldn't have a problem with dating outside of your tribe.
I want to ask a question about
tribe. We don't have tribes in Somalia. We have clans. We have clans.
Your clans.
Somalia is a tribe.
Because I'm black.
Give me your Cushitic race. Listen to me. You're Somali people. Let me ask you a question, bro. This is what my question is.
Yo, can you guys just hold on for a second? I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So, like,
you hit him with that net. You hit him with that. Bam!
Should have known. I told you.
She hit him with that. Bang!
I just want to make sure it don't seem.
I couldn't get in.
It don't seem like we're attacking him, right? It don't seem like we're attacking him, right?
No,
I'm trying not to attack him. I'm not.
Because he's the one. He's like brute. So everybody,
y'all know how I am. You know how I am. You know how I talk. I can be offensive. I can be offensive.
Talking about tribalism. We're talking about all the
people take me the wrong way.
Tribalism.
But you know what, really, it's like we talked about before.
Malachi.
It's Malachi. I'm sorry. It's how I do apologize. It's what we talked about before, and how you communicate with people. So like, you might have a different view about something, and I have a different view, but I'm gonna be quiet and let you voice what you have to say, so that I could come back and say what it is that I have to say, and hopefully we'll be able to find some form of middle ground.
In the middle.
Or we don't. We just decide to leave it and move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? But it should never come to the point where we can't have a discussion.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
But I'm starting to realize too that we also have to realize that there's going to be situations where some people just don't, depending on their personalities, they might not.
Don't want to. It's not that they can't; it's that they don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to admit to certain things about my culture. You know what I'm saying? About how sisters are treated by guys and all that. Like, I don't want to deal with that, but it's there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's pride, right?
It is.
Yeah.
And I should have it.
Daniel, you're correct.
But you know what? The one thing about my pride is that I don't let it get into the way of correction. Because if I see a brother that is acting out of character, in which I think that it should be different, I'm going to check him regardless. And the same with my sisters. If I see that my sisters are acting out of character, I'm going to check them as well. And I'm not going to discriminate on whether it's going to be my light-skinned sister or my dark-skinned sister, because they all could get it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And piggybacking off of what you just said. Bro, I want to ask this question. Is it, and bro, this is, your face is now on the camera, so it's not even nothing that you should care about.
Are you streaming this? Where are you are you streaming this on another platform or
YouTube?
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were on Twitch or something, or somewhere else.
Oh no, just you too. But nah, just because
You're not on
I'm about
TikTok,
to.
Jay?
Oh no,
What's that?
TikTok is here. TikTok is here too. But like those are the two
Somali
things.
TikTok?
Somali TikTok.
Look, now we gotta use Somali TikTok.
No,
Why
Somali
we
TikTok.
can't
You know how
why we
no,
can't use Black TikTok?
no, because they go a little. You know, they're
I'm
just,
teasing.
No. Not Somali TikTok. Though. It will be wild.
I'm teasing.
Somali TikTok will be like 150 people right now.
Oh my
And
god.
that shit happened to me before. I was like, whoa, I had almost 900 people on the live.
That's how I found you. That's how I found you, Jay. You was fighting
Bro, that
everybody
shit
else.
got hot, bro. I'm like, whoa.
they're trolls,
What?
bro.
And
Trolls,
before we
trolls,
go on
trolls.
any further, I do want to let you know that I think that your women are very beautiful. I think Somali
Yeah.
women are very beautiful. And that's it. I just wanted to add that because I don't want you to think that we're attacking your culture
No, I don't.
or
No, I
your
don't.
pride.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm very strong-minded. Also, I don't see you guys attacking me at all. So
Okay, perfect.
that's not a situation at all.
Okay.
Bro, so are Somali men very protective over their women because they feel like maybe you guys feel like
No, as an African, you should know this. Africans are protective of their family. Period. Like, you know what I mean. So
we're
it's not
protective
just
of our family. See, I'm protective of my family, but if my sister wants to marry a Jamaican, you want to marry African American, I'm not. My younger brother married an African American woman. So the point I'm trying to make is, we don't.
I don't think it's a black thing, brother. It's not a black thing. It's more of a if a Somali brother married like a Jamaican girl, it would have never been an issue. But that's never happened in my family. You know what I mean?
Sister,
my friends, I haven't seen it in like my circle of friends and family. That hasn't happened. It's not like a normal thing that happens. But if it does happen, like I don't know.
It's not accepted, bro. Keep it a stack, bro.
No, the only reason it's not accepted.
Acceptable.
The only reason it's not accepted is because an Ethiopian wouldn't be accepted. A Kenyan, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about like American, right?
I'll tell you.
But the Somali man carries on your grandfather's last name. You know what I mean? So if a Somali girl marries outside her race or her ethnicity, her kids will not be accepted in the community because in our culture we have clan. We have our, I don't know how to explain it. It's based on clans. So if your father is not Somali, you're not technically a Somali. You're not Somali. You know what I mean? So it has nothing to do with white or black.
It's a way of keeping the blood pure.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping the clan. Like if you're let's just say like a Somali brother married a Jamaican girl, their kid is more Somali than.
But do you understand how ignorant that is at some point?
Exactly.
It has more to do.
And the reason why, listen,
it just has,
feel attacked. Let me say
it just has to do with the last name. That's all it has to do with. It has nothing to do about race.
But listen
If you had a kid with a Somali man, your kid would be pure Somali in the eyes of our culture because he would carry.
Is that gonna get you to heaven?
No, I'm just.
Is that gonna get you what's it gonna get you?
I never said that.
It gets them the purity of it and what they feel is the lineage. They talking about the lineage.
And I understand that. But listen, so you're saying that if the girl marries, it has to be to a Somali man so that she could stay within the clan, correct?
But the Somali man can go and do whatever he wants with whoever he wants.
Because he has the last name.
He carries the last name.
I get that. That's in a Muslim.
Yeah.
That's in a Muslim.
I don't think it has to do with race.
No, that has to do with history
Islam.
and culture. Period, for everybody.
No, it has nothing to do with Islam. But like, no matter who you marry in our culture, you have to marry a Muslim person. That's number one. That's number one. You know what I mean?
It does. And the reason why I say that it does is because that's how white people were able to keep their blood and their bloodline pure. It's a royalty thing. And that's why they're not allowed to marry outside of their family. They will marry their cousins and things of that sort so that they could keep the bloodline correct.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if my mother was Somali and my father was an African American or another culture outside of Somali, right?
Yeah.
And my family didn't accept me because I'm seen as not a Somali, I'd be like, man, I'll kiss my black ass.
No, you are. You would be
but
you know, like if your mom was Somali, you'd speak perfect Somali. You know what I mean? But in the eyes of like the government, you're not considered a Somali technically because
the government can kiss my black ass. Then
the government,
the government, somebody kissing that
bro.
ass.
Bro, it's easier said than done, bro. If you were born and indoctrinated into that culture, it's harder, man. Like, you know, from the outside looking in, you can easily say that because of you've had a different experience where you realize, like, without that, you could do without that. But if you grew up and that's all you knew and that's all you valued, then it's a whole different ball game. And I've noticed because I've kind of studied their community because these Somali people to me are the most interesting community that
Somali people are the most open-minded community. And they're the most welcoming community to other cultures. I don't know why people.
You don't have to marry a woman.
I don't know why they
wait
get.
A second.
You have to marry a woman. Trouble. You trouble. You don't have to.
Jason. Open-minded to what? What? Hold on. I got to challenge that. Open-minded. The most open-minded to what exactly?
It's accepting other cultures and other people. You know what I mean? Like just like
they're racist.
No, how are we racist?
We picking. They picking.
No, they're not racist.
They're not racist.
They just preserve their culture.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, actually, Jay,
so what makes you open-minded? What makes you open-minded if that's the case? What makes you open? What? Wait a second. What makes you open-minded if that's the case?
No, like a Somali person, like let's say you had a Somali neighbor, right? Somali person will invite you next door to their house. They would make you food. Like if you had a Somali family next door to you,
that's not open-minded. That's not.
Okay, so maybe I used the wrong terminology. Like, okay, that's but I'm just saying.
What do you mean? Would be allowing people to marry outside of the.
Thank you.
You don't. You can be welcoming to people. That doesn't mean they have to give you their sister or their daughter. Or they say, "Come join my family."
Why does it have to be giving us a woman to be open?
No, I mean, like, you know what I mean, though. You don't like you can be.
You're good people until you try to mess with my sister.
Yeah. No.
Don't do it, Jay. Don't do it, Jay.
You should know this.
Jay, don't even do it, bro.
It's racist, and the reason why I say that is because.
So why do you guys have this narrative where Somali people are racist? How come? What about our neighbors? You guys never talk about Ethiopians that are rich. Somali people are more welcoming than them.
Yeah,
and you guys that's more right now is because we have a Somali person on the line with us. If we had somebody from Ethiopia, then we could talk about Ethiopia.
Why
Ethiopian girls before?
That's fine. That's cool. I believe you.
Like, I guess the reason why they're talking to you, like, see, I didn't call you racist because I understand the culture thing. Because even I think it's also it's Islamic too mixed with it. Because Nigeria too, you will not talk to no Fulani girl. You will not marry no Fulani girl.
Or Hausa,
It's not happening. In fact, to the point that I will not look at Fulani girl because it cannot happen. She will. Fulani look good, but they won't marry you.
It's religion, yeah. What if you were Muslim? Would
so the Muslim, I think, is also Islam tied into it. That's why I understand. But I realize even some Fulani girls, they will still marry outside. I've seen it in America at least.
That sounds more Muslim culture in regards to the man and marrying in the lineage, because that's what I learned in Islam is the fact that the man.
I don't think it's a Muslim culture at all. I think it's just a
Somali culture. I've definitely heard Somali.
No, I know, but it's still
Islam,
intertwined in regards. I'm just using that as an example.
A man can bring a woman into Islam. You could bring a non-Islamic woman into Islam, but a woman cannot bring a man into.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
exactly.
For example, my nephew, his mother is white. He's seen as 100% Somali because he carries my father, my grandfather, his father's clan. Like, but if he was,
who's considered white?
What is white? What is white? White is the
considered white.
No, I said he's considered 100% Somali. I said his mother is white. You know what I mean?
Of course, that's the same thing in America.
If it was the other way around, if it was his sister,
you do marry outside.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want him to finish this.
So if it was a sister, so it would be a different situation. So I'm just trying to say, like, as long as it's a male that's marrying outside the ethnicity, he can continue the family name, continue your grandfather's name. Like I can count back to 14 grandfathers. I can
So
count
I
back
have a
to
question.
my great 14 times. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, I have a
We have
question.
clans, right? So
Ooh, I got
Nomadic.
a. They have questions
I
for
got a
him
question for you, man.
when he's done. Go,
So
Malachi.
are you saying a Somali man can marry a white woman, have a child, and that's a Somali child, but
yeah,
a Somali woman marries a white man and they have a child that's not Somali? That's
of course the kid
something
would be
else.
Somali, like in a sense within your own family, you're gonna love your nieces
But
and
he
nephews
won't be
regardless.
accepted.
You know what I mean?
Into like
But if you think
Is he
about it,
considered
technically,
white? Is he considered a Caucasian or a
no,
Somali?
we're not talking about race, but that person doesn't have a clan, therefore they're not ethnic Somalis. Like to be Somali, you can't just be Somali. You have to have a clan. Like you know what I mean? You have to have.
okay, yeah.
It's not something
And
you
a
can just
clan is
join.
it's only passed through
It's
the
through the
lineage of
blood,
the man.
paternal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
That kind of makes sense though, I can't lie.
like it's like damn. It makes you see what I'm saying?
I mean, it's
So Malik,
it's
Yeah,
due
because it's the
to how
male.
patriarchy is, you know.
so Malik,
Yes,
Malik, Malachi. I'm sorry.
yes. You
I
got
don't
you
know
all right.
why.
It's good. It's all right.
Malachi, you see, I
Yeah,
corrected it though, so
it's
don't be
fine.
upset with me.
You
um,
could just call me Kai. You don't even have to call me
Kai.
Malik. You just call me Kai. Yeah.
Okay, and so anyway, so what I wanted to say was like, so you know how like I know when I was coming up, my dad used to always tell me like, you better not ever bring home no white boy.
Oh, my mom said that about white girls.
So it's the same what he's saying. However, with women, we actually carry over the DNA.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So it's
Scientific.
very ignorant that you would think that the woman could go and be with someone else, and
But not be in the
like, is the
clan.
last name more important than the actual DNA?
See, when you think about it from a Western perspective, you're 100% correct. But like Western
Like for
perspective,
you're right, but you know if you think about it, you have 50-50 both parents, but in our culture or Middle Eastern culture
The
or African
male
It's
culture,
human
is the most
culture.
dominant.
Human culture.
exactly.
So,
Human
what is your
culture will tell
opinion?
you that human culture will tell you that the
Hmm.
DNA
DNA
generally
is equal.
comes
Yeah.
from the mother.
No, I think it's equal. I think it's 50-50, right?
it's 50, but then mitochondrial DNA is passed on from the mother. That's I think what she's talking about.
Nomadic, I have a question for you.
50-50.
In your opinion, in regards to your culture,
My opinion or my cultural opinion?
whatever, in your opinion, in regards to your culture,
All right.
do you feel that is a right type of belief
What?
or type of practice
Like
of the
Eugenics, that's a
man
given.
only can pass the lineage down?
I mean, it's not just our belief. Like, look at the Western society as well. You
Yeah,
take your dad's
absolutely.
last name, right?
Right,
So
absolutely, and
it's
you're
not.
absolutely
It's
right.
not
But
like
I'm asking you, is in your
it
opinion, what
makes
do you
sense.
feel in
Yeah,
that
that's all I
regard?
know. That's all I know. Like, what else would
That's
I
all
say?
you
You
know.
know what I mean?
Okay.
Somebody that's indoctrinated into culture, bro.
Is it what is it?
Yo,
Crazy?
Jay, we're gonna get on to Derrick Jaxn.
Huh?
Oh,
We're gonna
let's
get on to
do
Derrick
that.
Jaxn.
Can we find
New
out where
shirt.
Monica and
You said,
Arnella
bro.
and
That's what I
everybody was
wanted, but
saying?
they not getting lined in. They're
What's
not
going
logging
on,
in.
ladies? Y'all trying to join? Let's see. Oh shoot, no. Oh, yo, they have a question for Nomad actually. So Arnella said, would he rather a
Who are these
Somali?
people that have questions? We're all from TikTok, right?
They coming
Yeah.
from TikTok.
Would you rather a Somali non-Muslim or Muslim non-Som?
What?
Muslim non-Somali.
That's old, man.
Somali non-Muslim, and then it will be the reverse, right? So, non-Somali Muslim. Like I guess, yeah.
I'm so confused.
What's more important, the
would you
Muslim or the
You
Somali?
basically already answered
Yeah.
that earlier.
Somali or the Muslim.
So, Somali person that's not Muslim, right?
It's not
So it's
Somali.
more important
So
to
would
be
you rather him
Somali.
marry a Muslim or more Somali? Really?
Yeah, so it has to be Muslim. Muslim comes first. That's our religion,
Okay.
right? But culturally, it's different. But at the same time, like if let's just say like somebody in your family brings somebody to your family that's outside our ethnicity and they're Muslim, Islamically, even if your parents disagree, like you can't. You know what I mean? That person's Muslim. You can't show prejudice to the person because they're Muslim, right? But
Money,
Somali people they don't prefer to marry outside their race or their ethnicity.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, like that's just
As
anybody.
long as they willing to build with us, that's all that matters to me.
I mean,
I think everybody should
if you
have their
say so,
preference on who
Latanya.
they would
If you
like to
say
marry.
so.
Huh?
Fast,
You
man.
say so.
I'm serious. Like, it really doesn't bother me because I don't plan on marrying a Somali man anyway.
Yeah.
That wasn't in my near future. What really is important to me is the fact that we, as people of color, we find a balance between all of us where culture and things of that sort don't hinder us from having connections.
Yeah.
Because that's really what's important. I don't care if who marries who.
Yeah, that's like,
you know what I'm saying? As long as at the end of the day we have good relations as humans.
yeah, for sure. You can't control everybody and who they marry. Like that's crazy. I don't know. That's a whole different.
That's true. Because if that's the case, my cousin wouldn't have been married to this guy. We would have stopped that a long time ago. But
your cousin's married to somebody in this chat?
No. Oh. I'm just like this that random this guy. Yeah. That's how we describe guys that are like not good guys. That guy.
Latanya,
that guy over there. Yes.
what tribe you from in your native tribe?
Cherokee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. You look Native American.
Yeah,
I have my great grandmother, all my great parents on my mother's side was Native and West Indian.
Oh, like basically Afro-Caribbean, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also look Aboriginal Australian a little bit.
Well, I had Irish.
Irish?
Yeah, the slave master came from Ireland and moved to England.
Yeah.
And in England is where we were acquired and brought here to the Americas, to North Carolina.
You want to marry? I believe so too. Somebody wrote, to be honest, you should be able to choose who you want to marry. That's true. I agree. I totally agree. But at the same time, I know that there's going to be a lot of cultures that it's not going to be their style. And there's still going to be women in those cultures that will be like, I don't know, I'll marry who I want to. Because guess what?
At the end of the day, I understand it. It's important because of the fact that, like, when everything was being colonized.
Ornella's here.
Yay, Ornella. So, like, when everybody was being colonized, and the genes are being broken down, things of that sort, it became very important to people that they stuck within their own communities. And so I understand it, but it's okay. It's a good thing to stay within your community. However, when you also need to reach outside of your community, not for family, but for love.
Yeah. But that's good though. Don't you think that's good to stick within your own community? Because look at the Jews in New York, and look at certain communities.
So what would I stick to then?
Jews in New York, in regards to their community, still align.
They're not even Jews.
Israel. They still align with Israel, and they still.
I'm talking about the Orthodox Jews.
They say that's anti-Semitic.
All right, I'll leave it.
No, we can have a conversation and not be labeled anti-Semitic. No one's against Jews right now.
No, I have like
Israel.
If I turn up TikTok right now, we can have this conversation. But just for the fact that TikTok is going, and you know how TikTok is when people
Don't be scared, bro. Why are people scared to mention?
Bro, this should be happening.
No, he's not scared. He's just saying on his
He's
live
live.
they'll shut him
They're
down.
censoring it. Okay,
Bro,
okay.
every weekend
Yeah,
they do
they're
this shit to me, bro.
Because we want to have conversations.
No, but like no one's saying anything
That's what I'm
bad
telling you.
about
You
it.
have to subscribe.
You be surprised.
Well, we want to
Nah,
have
got
listen
shut
to
down.
it.
You be
hard
surprised. You be
Was it
surprised,
last
bro. I
week?
seen it.
It's gonna happen.
Was it
Yeah.
last week, Jay, where the live just ended? We didn't even know
Yeah,
why.
on Sunday, last Sunday.
I was actually saying something positive about them. I was saying like the Jews, they're a very tight knit community. You know what I mean? In New York.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I was gonna say. I was gonna say
Everywhere.
Yeah, same as LeBron
Everywhere.
James said the same thing, and they
Everywhere.
called
Even
him
here,
anti-Semitic for saying that.
even
for saying
here
what?
in
Yo,
He
he's
said
the first
here in
to
Jews
Florida,
work
they're
together
like that.
economically.
Yeah, it's a fact. Like, what do you mean? You
bro.
can't talk about Jews. Is it a crime?
Bro, you can't.
You can't say nothing on them.
Can't say you can't
You
Yeah,
say
can't
the
say their
word.
name.
Nah,
I made
that's
a
what
video
you guys
about
believe,
Arafat.
bro. I don't subscribe to that. Like
I
no,
don't
sorry.
subscribe to it either, man.
I made a
But
video about Arafat. You should see the Jews in that video. They caught, bro. They all tagging each other, coming for me. I'm blocking every single one of them. I'm like, nah, y'all not about to take my shit down. Fuck out of here.
Yo,
Oh my God.
one of Jay's things, I had to go in and go through all of them. Like, yo, you're not gonna do that. Nope, you're not gonna do that. We're not
it's the
doing
Khazarians. It's the
Like,
Khazarians mostly.
Yep.
What is
yeah.
that?
That's the white Jews.
Mm.
White
Oh, like
people.
what do they call it? What do they call it? It starts with A
Ashkenaz.
Z. Yeah,
Ashkenaz.
the Germanic Jews, like the actual European Jews, right?
Ashkenazi.
Oscar.
So most people in Israel, they're not even from.
We not.
Well, could we not have this conversation? Like this, could we
Wait,
not
I
have,
want to hear about this conversation, low-key.
They not.
they're European Jews. They're not Semitic people. If you so,
They're not.
Let's not
when
do
you,
this
They're
right
not.
now, my boy. We
I'm
cannot
so
do
happy
this
you
right
said
now.
it.
No, we cannot do this right now. Please, please, please.
You
Yo,
know, I was on it like an hour ago. I was
matter
going
of
to
fact,
say something.
y'all want to pick we could pick an hour time tomorrow where everybody here, we just come to this thing and we just talk about it on YouTube live. Like literally, I'm with it. Like
Jay is
I
out here scared again.
Yo, Jay.
bro, because you know how they do you, bro. They be doing you
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yo, Jay. Anella trying to get in, but she's having
this
difficulty.
guy's trying to get his
Oh,
stream numbers up, eh?
Bro,
Ornella's trying to get in, but she's having difficulty.
my shit for a whole week.
Y'all
Like-
hear me?
Yo,
I
Nomadic,
could've given
man.
her a full
Appreciate
week,
you joining the live, man.
Yeah, brother.
Arnella.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you. It was nice meeting you and everything.
You
like
too,
that.
Latanya.
So it was an awesome
It was
conversation.
fire.
Yeah,
For sure.
I like
That was
stuff like
funny.
this is stimulating for me. Like, man, this is all I need in life. It's
Yeah,
good
this-
conversation.
Conversation.
Nice looking people to hang around. That's it. Like.
This is
That makes
beautiful
the
stuff.
life. That's
Dialogue.
why it's so important to
Arnella,
me that we
please.
stop separating ourselves.
Yeah.
People of color, period. I understand. Like I'm not Muslim. I'm not Christian. I'm not none of that. I'm spiritual. I believe that there's a God. So what would you know what I'm saying? Like there would be no boundary between us because you're Muslim.
Yeah.
We should still be able to have conversation about God. I don't think that God is different. I think there's only one God.
So are you atheist or?
No, I believe
Nah,
that
she's
there's a God. I
spiritual. She
believe that
believes there's
God
a
is
God.
in me, and God is like a force that is going to take care of all of us.
Okay.
I believe in goodness. I don't believe that a religion is important because people actually kill other people over religion. And if you believe in God, you are not going to kill anybody because that's your first.
Come on, Nella, stop
That's
playing.
the first thing you're not supposed to do. Thou shalt not kill.
Yeah.
That's true.
But you kill over who your God is. So
Yeah, it's a lot of wars
everybody that
over
goes
religion.
into religious wars, they all going to hell.
No.
Yes.
What if you're defending your religion? What if it's a war or a
You
crusade?
defending your religion and you killing a man, and God said you should not kill.
Kill.
Religion is
Period. He didn't say kill a man.
I
if
mean,
he
God
come.
still exists without the law of a religion.
Huh?
Without the law, because all of these are nothing but laws. in regards to
He does. And the
particular
reason
things.
why I say God exists even without religion is because in your heart, you're naturally fucking good. We got to think about devilish shit.
Us.
We have to plan it. I get you, Jay.
Jay should come.
But don't look at who created religion.
I'm dead.
Look at who created religion.
I mean,
And
technically,
we're like,
we created many different faiths and spiritual.
We
You
had
believe in
faith and
evolution?
spirituality. We have faith and
No,
spirituality. We didn't have religion.
no, I don't believe in the evolutionary theory of we was monkeys.
Yeah, yo, that guy that was here earlier.
I don't believe the monkey thing, but like I believe like in like I don't know, it's weird because there's certain aspects of evolution I believe in, but I just don't believe in the monkey aspect, like the aspect of like
No,
Yeah.
I
That's
definitely
it.
don't
That's the
believe it.
main part, though. If you don't believe in that, you don't believe in it.
What? Believe in what?
Believe in the transformation from being an ape
Spirit?
to human. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right. Isn't that the whole?
Yes. I believe in that.
You do?
Really?
I believe that I'm a spirit. I'm a spirit inside of a body. I'm
I
not
think
Oh
that's
no,
your
just
he's
Native
talking
American
about
side
Latanya.
coming out.
No, we was talking about the monkey part.
Latanya, he's talking
Huh?
about
The
evolutionary period
evolution.
in which
The
Oh,
transformation
they
coming
from
say
from
like
a monkey
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
from
From
to
how?
apes and all that
to human being.
stuff.
Yeah,
I don't believe that. I believe that God created us
exactly.
as we are. He made animal. He made birds. He made frogs. So he made fish. Why
my
would he
monkey
make me
too.
come from fish
And Latanya,
to a human? I
From a
guess.
nigga.
Yeah, and why haven't the other
Latanya,
fishes
check this out.
transformed yet?
You know what
Mm-hmm.
they saying? They saying what
What?
we're gonna evolve to. We're not
What?
done with evolution. We're gonna have beaks like
The
birds.
fuck?
We're
What?
gonna
I
we're gonna have beaks. That's what they're saying.
We're gonna have wings. You said?
because they're gonna give it
Beaks
to
like
us.
a mouth, like a
We
They're
bird.
going
We're
gonna
back
gonna
to
give
the
have
it to us
beaks.
dinosaur
in that.
ages.
They're gonna give it to us in that syringe.
And the vaccine, she talking about the
It's in the
vaccine.
vaccine.
All of a
You just
sudden,
have
you're
something
gonna be
made.
like,
Y'all want the new upgrades?
Can't prove
you
it, can't
know,
believe it.
I've been told I came from
Theory. It's not a
monkeys,
law.
all kinds of stuff. Like, my children's father, he
I
used to
see.
believe that we evolved from the earth, like we just came from the water somewhere.
What?
I didn't understand it.
He might do
Like
voodoo.
mermaids?
I was
Maybe he
young.
Mommy
I was
water.
young. Please
yeah,
don't
mommy
do that
water.
to me. I
That's
was
Exactly.
what I'm
young.
saying.
It
Like
was
how
Mommy
my
water.
mom
different.
would say, Mommy water. Like,
Mommy,
It
no,
was
you're not.
different.
if
It
you
was
were
Nah,
African, you know what I'm saying. Oh.
huh?
yeah. Nah. Does he do mommy water? Does he do
That's
Does he
a
do
mermaid.
what?
voodoo?
It's a voodoo.
No.
Oh, okay. Like, because
No.
people that do mommy water, they believe that.
He's from Jamaica.
Oh, okay. He does
Oh.
mommy water.
He does?
I
Jay
believe,
said,
we had many different evolutionary changes, but from monkey to man is not one of them.
I think that we're
mm-mm.
spiritual beings and that we do actually do like a period of time travel and that we may get another body and come back to the earth in another body.
Oh, you
And
believe in
each
that?
time
Oh, you
we
believe in
get
reincarnation?
different, huh?
You believe in reincarnation?
I do. And
Interesting.
I believe that we come here with different missions each time. There's something that we are destined to do. And that's why we have talents, and that's why we have dreams, and that's why we have soul connections. Um, because we've been here before. Like we all already know each other.
Well, you
And it's
Buddha.
just a matter of reconnecting and getting that. That's why you ever meet somebody and you like, dang, I feel like I knew them
Yeah,
all my
okay.
life.
That's
I
soul
had that
connection.
connection
That's
before.
that
I've
soul
had that
connection.
before.
And that comes from us actually being here before. Like every time we come back to this place, we have something to do. And the reason why we don't come back as a whole adult human is because our it's because our intelligence needs to be at nothing. And we start the learning
How do we know
process
about
all
this?
over
If
again
that's true, how
and
do we know about
evolving.
this? How do
How
you
do we know?
Yeah, because like if you come in, if you're reincarnated into a different body, or let's say you're a bird or another human. How do we know who's telling us these stories if you don't believe in God?
I never said I don't believe in God. Please
No,
don't
not
get
you,
me
but I'm just
twisted.
saying the people that believe in reincarnation, they don't believe in
I
Abraham.
believe in God.
That's
Please.
you though.
I
That's
feel
you.
No,
like
he
that's just
said
their
I
hypothesis.
no,
wholly
Latanya.
believe in God.
No, Latanya. He didn't say he wasn't speaking on God. He was speaking on
The people
reincarnation.
that
How does
believe in
one
reincarnation.
know that they are reincarnated?
Yeah, because when you enter the body, you don't know any different, right? You're just like, what the
You don't
hell?
know. You're born.
Yeah,
How do you know you was reincarnated? How did you know you've been
Because you'll
here
get
before? That's
feelings,
exactly
like you'll get
right.
things. You like there's certain things that will happen in life. And like certain like you ever have like a memory and it's
Or
like, oh my
deja
goodness,
vu.
it feels like it felt so real to you and you don't
Mhm.
actually remember it taking place in that lifetime.
yeah.
Right.
You ever feel like you ever hear that voice in your head that's like, yo, maybe you shouldn't go there today. And you don't go and then you hear something happen there.
Yeah, it's a gut
Like
feeling.
all of
Yeah.
that is your guides talking to you, letting you know that, these are the actions that you need to take.
And to add to that, this is how, like, in regards to African Americans specifically,
Mm-hmm.
when one say they're not African, right? Well, so-called Black Americans say they're not African. It's quite funny because you see within our culture, as much as disconnected as we are through all of these years, you see the connection to the continent regarding our hip hop, our music, the way we dance.
Mm-hmm.
All of that
Mm-hmm.
still be connected
It's in the
to
blood.
is that all of that still be connected. So when
Mm-hmm.
someone say, "Well, we exclusively not African,"
I am.
that proves that in this regard
Mm-hmm.
proves that that's a falsehood
Mm-hmm.
Facts, because you feel that
because
shit in your spirit.
you
You feel
feel
it in
it.
your yes, in
It's
your
in your
heart, in your soul.
fucking
You be like,
yeah.
that's
Like
how I feel about like when oh god, y'all getting me so excited. I need a chill pill right now. But like that's how I feel when I think about going back to Africa. I plan on going to Nigeria and
yes,
living in Nigeria. But I feel like my spirit is being called there. Like I could go anywhere in the world. Why do I want to go there? And it's Victoria. I think it's called Victoria Island or Victoria Beach
Victoria
or
Island.
Banana Island or
Banana
Banana.
Island is in Lagos.
That like for some reason my spirit is calling me there,
That's
and I'm
that's a area right there. You gonna love it.
so that's on my goal. Like that's my to do. I'm getting the hell out of here. They ain't gonna steal me from my country and think I ain't going back.
Right.
Regardless of whether I got and I still demand rights over here because I'm Native American as well. So give me all of mine.
Right. And and more facts though.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it
So
should be. Like
yeah, that's just a little bit of me.
Yo, Jay, Ornella's having
yes.
issues getting in. She has issues getting in, so we could get into.
I don't know why.
I
Like
think
I'm trying to come back. Say it on
she tried to
laughter.
come in again. She tried to come in like 3, 4, 5 times, man.
Welcome. Wow. Half Nigeria, half South African. Wow. That one is a mix. I want to know how your parents do. How are they
Oh
fighting
man,
and how getting
I
along?
love
That's a
South
nice.
Africans.
Who
Yes,
is
I guess
I
the
love
Nigerian
South
men had
Africans.
to grow up. And when
who's
Nigerian men
South
see South
African and
African,
Nigerian?
oh, it's somebody, Black Diamond. That's
Oh,
a Nigerian men be going. Well, Nigerian men just go crazy for women. Let's just put it like that. I guess not only South Africa. Well, all
trouble. They're just trouble. They're gonna give
trouble.
you, give you some wahala.
Now
Wahala.
voila. She didn't say voila.
Wow. She know this thing. Okay.
Yes, of
She's the
course.
first African American woman I've heard say
I'm not gonna go to the
So that,
continent and insult the people by not learning the culture. So I've been
Right.
trying to I've been studying Igbo. Like I just want to be a better me, and in knowing myself, I have to know myself, and myself is not just America Black. I think if more of us actually went and visit Africa, went home to Africa, like they would be able to have a sense of this pride that y'all come over here with.
Facts, and
This
have
is us all.
perspectives of lives. That's what I'm saying. Because like
every time I seen one of y'all with your head all up high, I'd be like, you know what? I don't like. You know what it was? I didn't like the women because like, and it was the older women. Like they seem, I guess, because like parenting there is a different kind of parenting. Like it's like a more strict. But I don't have to like. I don't know. Parents just seem different. African women, when I would see them, they have such a high thing about themselves. Like, you know, like I'm better than this here. So it always made me feel awkward. Like,
where do you live, by the way? What state do you live in?
So now I'm in Miami, but
is there a lot of Africans there, or
not? I don't really.
Not as many, right?
I don't people.
I know there's Haitians there.
There's a lot of Haitians. Yeah,
I'm originally from New York, but
I got family there.
So I lived in Chicago, Las Vegas, Hawaii, Vancouver, Washington, Pennsylvania, Atlanta. So
Vancouver, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Washington, Vancouver. What the hell?
Vancouver, Washington. Yeah, that's up. That's up Washington State. Yeah.
That's weird. There's a Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah, there's a Vancouver, Canada. There's a Vancouver, also in I think it's England.
I've never
probably England. I won't be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised because there's a Birmingham in England and Alabama. I'm pretty sure.
No, I have something that's rattling my brain here in regards to what Latanya said regarding going back to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in that regard, there are a lot of people who they feel so disconnected to the continent, and the only similar situation regarding the so-called Black American I can just pull off is the Guyanese Indian. See, like the Guyanese,
I have a diaspora too. Yeah,
the Guyanese individuals who are Indian, they don't think about India. I feel the same situation that we have in regards to the continent. They have in regards to India, because a lot of Guyanese Indians, they're only Guyanese. They see themselves as just Guyanese. They don't see themselves as Indians. They don't see themselves as wanting to even go back to India. A lot of them don't even, and I'm being real, let me be politically correct.
You're correct, bro.
Some people who are Guyanese don't like Indians. So
they don't like Indians.
And Indians look down on the Guyanese. They look at them like different.
You know, I have experiences with Caribbeans. I used to go to like a social spot, like where you play pool and stuff. And there was a lot of Indian Trinidadians, right? And I used to think like, because I have Afro Trinidad friends, right? But I used to think like, okay, these people they're from the islands. They have no connection to India, but they do, because like these people were requesting Hindu songs, like, you know how you can request music and stuff. And the people are all Caribbean, like they're listening to like island music, and then they want to listen to like Hindi music. I'm like, what the hell? These people are from Trinidad. Like, how do they know? They don't even speak Indian, right? But they have that connection. They still know that's the motherland, you know. So I would disagree.
That's like with us.
They still have remnants of that culture.
Yeah, right? And they want to know, even though they don't speak the language.
But here's the thing. Here's what I want to land on. Do we tell the Guyanese that you're Indian?
They are Indian.
You're
They
not
are
Guyanese. You're Indian. You may
If you
be
go to
from
Guyana,
Guyana,
if you go to Guyana, the
but
population
you're
is
in.
split between Afro-Caribbean
Yeah,
and
and
Indian Guyanese, right? So they are Indian. They know that they're Indian. I think
yeah.
No,
African Americans are the only diaspora
No,
that have
right?
this connection with Africa.
no, they're
I don't.
not. I'm literally told.
What
I'm
about
telling
it?
you. I just gave you an example. You can see a lot of them do not
Because
subscribe
look
to
at
the
look at the Chinese
Indian.
diaspora. Like if you go to like if you research about the Chinese people that live in Singapore, they know they're
Mhm.
Chinese. Like you know what I mean. They still have a connection to China. They don't live in China.
Yes, but the history between the Chinese who are in Singapore is different than the
Yeah, of
Indians
course,
in
there were
Guyana.
slaves.
The Indians in Guyana have a different history. So therefore they are way more disconnected the to India. They way more disconnected than the Chinese
Chinese.
Singaporean people.
Chinese Singaporean would
So
be like my
this is the only example that's close to the so-called black American. We're not the only ones that do this. So I'm saying, would
Yeah.
you, in speaking to these particular people, would you say you're not from Guyana, or you're really Indian?
No, because if you say that
Because
to
a
them, they
lot
say
of
I'm
them will
Indian.
say,
They
well, a
say I'm
lot of them will
Indian.
tell you, a lot of them will tell you the Guyanese Indians, a lot of them will tell you they're not Indians. Period.
no,
They're
no, no.
Guyanese.
It's correct.
Period. They
'Cause
Say
subscribe
I
they're
to
watch
their
Guyanese.
country.
They'll say they're Guyanese, but they're also Indian. They'll say I'm Indian. They say I'm Indian. Like
No, they
that's
would. I'm telling
I've had
you.
conversations with Guyanese
they,
people
bro, they,
and
will, they will say I'm
and
Guyanese. I'm West
Trinidad
Indian.
West Trinidad Indians. They say they're Indian because if you go back to their country, there's racial divides in Trinidad and Guyana.
So
Right
in
now,
Trinidad, they have race. Then they'll say they're Indian. Yes.
yeah, there's a
But
cultural connection
if they
too. They're
leave,
Caribbeans.
if they leave Trinidad and come to America, they're not gonna say they're Indian. They're gonna say they're
They're
Trinidadian.
Guyanese, of course, yeah, or Guyanese. That's their
Right.
nationality, but they know they're
But
from
in
India.
their country,
Why would a
they
random Trinidadian person be playing Indian music and speaking with a Trini accent? They
A
don't even know.
random Guyanese person is not going to play
That's what they do.
any Indian. I'm talking
Go,
about Guyanese only.
go,
Facts. He's not
We're not
Indian.
weaseling around that.
YouTube some. I don't know about New York where you live, but like if you YouTube some videos on Guyana, they have like Guyanese barbecues and like when they
Dude,
have
my ex-girlfriend is Guyanese.
I believe you. I believe that
And I'm telling you what I had to literally experience. I would tell her. I would tell her, you're Indian. You're Indian. You know what? She would be so pissed off at that. I'd be like, you're Indian, baby.
Yeah,
this is your history. This is what happened.
For sure. Like people here, like I live in Canada. There's a big Caribbean population, right? And there's a lot of like Indian people from Guyana and stuff, right? But I'm not saying, but you don't see African Americans that want to learn like African cultures and like these people they know they're from Guyana, but they if you go on YouTube right now and you watch a Guyanese wedding in Guyana, they play like Guyanese music that's English, but like in the middle of that video you'll hear like Indian music. You know what I mean? And they have Hindu ceremonies. What is Hindu? Hindu comes from India. They still have their
absolutely
religion. So
okay. This conversation that we've had is very awesome, and I want us to pick this up tomorrow. So in order for us to be able to do that, I'm gonna have to end it now so that I could go to sleep, wake up, do my studying. I don't go, like I said, I'm free for the next 4 weeks. So like I literally want to be able to like have the stamina to come every night and we do this, because this shit is today. Y'all gave me some energy. I don't know if y'all felt the energy, but this shit was fire. This shit was. I feel like this conversation was good. Like I didn't even know we were gonna go this direction, but we went like
that. I want to learn more about the West Indies, like the islands, really.
And brother, sorry to cut you off, but next time we have this discussion, can you bring that Somali Bantu person that you had on the video the last time? That brother,
it's kind of hard. You gotta contact him.
I could bring him, but I feel like
because I kind of want to dispute some stuff that he said, and I know a lot of people in the Somali community. I think I think he said a lot of things that he said because there was Somali people in the conversation to correct him. You know what I mean?
Okay, then I'll tell him. So long as you're not a historian,
like a debate,
then I'm gonna have to find a Somali Bantu historian. But if you want to do regular Somali Bantu with a regular Somali that's not historians, you could talk to him for sure. I'm gonna hit him up. He was actually in the comments when we first started.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I know he lives in Europe, so like he it was 6 a.m. for him. But yeah. I'm gonna hit him up and I'm gonna tell him like, bro, like type shit.
Okay, that's cool.
Shit, we can do that too. But like, yeah. So basically, yeah, I want to do this. I want to be able to do this every night. So like, usually, ask Malachi, we'll go till freaking 11 a.m. Like, yo, literally till 11 a.m. Like, we'll go 8-9 hours straight. Like, we'll just be going on and on and on. But I gotta cut it. We're at like 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's awesome. I swear to God, like I could literally take mini clips out of this shit.
But Jay, if you don't mind, since you're live, I'm gonna do this publicly because it was a misunderstanding.
Okay.
I want to apologize to Monica specifically because it was a misunderstanding in how we was communicating a few weeks ago in one of your comments. It was not my intention to offend her or African immigrants in regards to the things I was saying. It was a limited situation, which we can discuss on this live, but I want to apologize in how it came off. I wasn't trying to cuss at her or cuss at anyone. I was just cussing in general, but it was taken as if I was cussing at her. I apologize regarding that on that basis. So that's what I want to end it on some peace, love, togetherness. Let's all stay united. Let's all love each other. Let's all support each other. Let's all protect each other. And Malachi out.
Amen.
Yeah, and I need one of these dudes to come talk about this protect black women shit. Because, bro, if you go look at the comments, yo, so many men are like, how the fuck I'm gonna protect black women? What the hell are y'all talking about? So you want me to hurt myself to protect black women? If I don't know you, you're not my sister. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna lie to you. We got a lot of shit.
That too.
You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it because I randomly saw that on my For You page. I'm like, is that my voice? I was like, okay. And I was seeing
Voice says that my voice.
And you know, I get it. You try to make the time. Say what?
It popped up on your For You page?
Yeah, it popped up on my For You page.
Really?
Yeah, you always pop up on my For You page, Jay.
Wow.
And I was like, hold on, man, that sounds like my voice. I'm like, what the? And then I heard it, and it was kind of like, I see where you kind of edited to trying to fit.
You remember what you said? I don't even remember what you said fully. That's why.
Yeah, because I say this is actually one of my own little taglines that I use in these types of discussions.
Oh, so okay.
I always like to push that. I always like to push the fact that, okay, why black men who do not protect, why they don't protect. And that's because a black man's stance is oftentimes seen as so much of a threat that it has no even a chance for de-escalation. It's the penalty of death. So within our community, we as black men largely don't have the privilege other race of men have in the de-escalation process.
Yo,
so I think I know what you mean by that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like,
you get what I'm saying? Like, if a black man, if a black woman or any woman, if something happened, you know, dudes being like, smack a girl ass, for example. You say, you know, don't do that. You have a higher chance